and welcome to the party. We are doing another episode of Blades in the Dark. We are continuing from our last one. If anybody is new to welcome to the party, it is an interesting community full of people who like to play role-playing games. We have a Patreon, which you should check out to support the channel if you like it. And we have a Discord, which I would very highly suggest for anybody who knows nothing about like RPGs or wants to get into it or just wants to find a group to play with. I would suggest the Discord because it's full of really good people and good games. We have some sponsors. We have RueInc.com, which is Devin Rue's website where she makes incredible fantasy maps. They are the best. We have tabletoploot.com, which makes cool dice and stuff. We have sonerdware.com, and I believe they have a slogan, Throck, slather it on me. This is good. This is good. All over me.
No, it's terrible.
So nerdware, it's what the nerds wear.
There you go. Nice. Short, sweet, to the point.
Get it done.
And if you type in welcome when you're shopping there, you get 10% off your next purchase. And of course, Roll20. Roll20 is one of the sponsors. Roll20 is awesome. We use it for pretty much all the games. And it is incredibly useful if you're gaming online, or really even if you're gaming there, just put it on your TV because it rolls everything for you. It's awesome. So this is Blades in the Dark. If you're not familiar with Blades in the Dark, it is an awful world where the sun is gone, the seas are black and full of leviathans, cannibal ghosts are running all over the place. The world basically kind of ended, and everything super sucks. There's like demons and shit and horrors, and everything's terrible. Humanity is walled off in these massive cities surrounded by big lightning walls. But this is more just the setting. The main story is really our players, which is a group of scoundrels. Bad boys and girls who live in one of these awful cities named Duskwall, and they are trying to scratch their way up and make a living. Some trying to get gold, and others trying to get power, and others just having fun. And let's meet our players. Let's meet our scoundrels. Crystal, tell us who you are. Who are you playing?
Hello, people. My name is Crystal Fear, and I am playing Evany the Whisper.
Mystical stuff. And Kay?
Hey, I'm Kate, and I will be playing Scarlet the Hound.
Very cool. And Throck?
Hey,
eat your cat.
I'm eating my cat. Yes. There's a looter joke to be made there, but I don't feel
So I thought about it, and then I was maybe later. This is the beginning of the night. Let's not get into it right now. We do.
There we go.
Yeah.
Alf.
There you go. That was the other joke. Good one.
Yeah, that's clearly
actually
what
pretty
I was
good.
thinking.
That's actually pretty clever, though. I forgot he ate cats.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Sean, also known as Throck. I'm playing Grimalkin, the mastermind spider of the group.
And Bisonic.
Hello, I'm Bisonic Kevin, and I am playing Sparrow, a lurk, who's about to stab a vampire.
You are about to stab a vampire. Hey, good for you. And Death by Mage.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jackie, better known as Death by Mage, and I will be playing Victor, your tinkering leech.
Yes, who now has a big ass sword
and is charging to cleave a vampire as well.
Also trying to kill a vampire. Yes. Now, speaking of which, last we played, you had all taken care of some business. I believe a few people yelled at Evany for killing John Irons. She's got a good scolding. And Grimalkin was back after a long absence of taking care of some business on the side. Which, by the way, forgot to mention, if there's anything that you want to say that you kind of took care of or did, just let me know, and we can just say, like, you just, like, crushed whatever it is you were attempting. Or you could always pull that in later. Like, you could be like, I would even say you could use those, because you were going for, like, 2 sessions, right? Two like official candidates. So we could say that, like, maybe on one of the jobs, you could be like, I pull out some big fucking crazy thing. So, like, maybe write on your notes some big fucking crazy flashback or big fucking crazy surprise. And you can do with that what you will. Or talk to me about it.
In my recent travels.
Yeah, like I discovered a big plasma gun, and you start shooting people. I don't know, whatever. I'm now a wizard. You know? The
I
what?
learned the magics.
Yes. So just I think that works because I know when Jackie was going for a while, he basically infiltrated a super secret society and now knows all of their shit and got missions and stuff. So
and now I'm technically multi-class. There's a slide.
Yeah, which you put to good use. So anyway, last time you guys had discussed, prepped. You had dealt with Ebony and the John Irons situation to the best of your ability. You went to Snow, the leader of the Badgers, and basically told him, we want to fucking kill Groon, Frank Groon. He needs to go, as he was getting far too close to you, too clingy and controlling of you. And you knew that was only going to end in suffering. You knew that the Badgers did not like the billhooks, so you used that to your advantage, made a deal with Snow, and you offered to ensure Frank Groon's death. Simple enough. You were going to do so with a big ghost bomb that you built, put a bunch of ghosts in, and crossed your fingers. And you now have a live ghost bomb on your person pretty much wherever. I would assume Victor has that just in his coat of wonders. Or something. And and you decided to do this on All Harrows Eve, the night before the harrowing begins. And the harrowing is a horrific annual event, happens once a year, and it lasts for a week of basically hell. Monsters, ghosts, horrific abominations roam the streets. Either they are in the city already and just sort of wake up at this time, or they infiltrate through those walls. Who knows how they all get in here, but it turns the cities into an all-you-can-eat buffet for these things. And so everybody does their very best to hide, bunker down. The wardens do their best to protect people, and that's it. The name of the game is survive. But the night before the harrowing begins is an excellent opportunity for criminals, and you took it upon yourself to take the ensuing chaos of the city, to be able to make it through the city without being noticed by any of the billhooks, get deep into their territory, into their headquarters, and plant your ghostly bomb. And it's going pretty smoothly, actually, so far. You guys, I believe, we're not even hurt. I don't think anything hurt you yet, because you guys were very smart about how you fought things. You made your way through the sewers in the beginning, running into the laughing corrosion man, whatever the hell he was. He didn't hurt any of you, but he did horrifically scar Scarlet's cat, Ember, even while she was in ghost form. Dug his hand into her, but you shot his arm, sort of broke it, and he slithered back into the wall from whence he came, laughing all the way. You then decided maybe no more tunnels, and you went out up to the street to see if it was better. You ran across Psycho Billy, who was basically taking it upon himself to kill wardens randomly and steal their shit, which you realized actually they have some really good shit, as you have taken some of your own from dead wardens along the way. You ran into some sort of large, horrific, invisible creature, which, Sparrow, you threw your silver knife into, and as it approached to attack, it was hit with a quicksilver bomb, which basically shattered these silver metal shreds and probably like liquid mercury or whatever into its eyes, blinding it, and you think, because you can't see it, but it thrashed around, and you were able to escape as wardens approached to kill it. You took from a dead warden I don't know what those things are called that priests use.
A censer.
A censer, but it's basically weaponized. I believe, Sparrow, you picked this up. It is a weaponized censer where instead of just being a ball that spews smoke, it spews this green kind of ectoplasmic smoke that would probably hurt, you would assume, Harrows and ghosts, but it's encased in this like thick, spiky metal mace. Just this badass mace on a chain that spews smoke everywhere. And Victor picked up a big fucking sword. I believe, Throck, you have one of John Irons' guns. Scarlet, you have another one of John Irons' guns. And Ebony, you just are a weapon when it comes to magic stuff, especially on a night like tonight. You feel a little bit more invigorated than usual. So, you made your way across the city, and you could see the slaughterhouse up ahead. As you reached it, it was still maybe like a street or two away. So like it's got buildings in front of it. You just have to make it past that, and you're good. But you can see it now. It's visible. And on the way, as you made your way across this bridge, which was riddled with the dead bodies of wardens, you found what appeared to be a woman running in distress. She was captured quickly by a man who seemed to just glide through the mist, held her, put her to sleep with a wave of his hand. And as he smiled at you, you could see fangs. Sparrow, you know what that means. As the man simply said, "Well, hello there." And he attempted to slit the girl's throat with a long, elongated fingernail. Sparrow acted quickly, as Sparrow can do, and basically lunged at the vampire, knife in hand and censer in the other, I assume. So I say we pick right up there. Sparrow, you're gonna go ahead and roll whatever you want to roll to bash this fucking thing in its face, stab him in the chest, bite his eyes, whatever you want to do.
I'm going to feint with the censer and go in for his throat with my knife, using finesse.
Oh, and
okay.
I'm charging too. Does that count as helping?
Sure. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
It's gonna be like a pincer maneuver.
Yeah. Okay. So would you? Let me ask you this: would you like to? No, you know what? Fuck it. Get an extra die, and then Victor, we'll do you too. Do you guys both attack at the same time, or Victor, are you just trying to feint and scare him?
I'm doing it without regard for anything else.
Right.
So that's what I'm asking Victor. Victor, you're seeing the enemy. Are you just trying to help Sparrow?
Yeah, I'm trying to help and coordinate and just try to like see that give the opening. Okay.
So then Sparrow, you go ahead and roll with an extra die because you're getting helped with your finesse. And Scarlet,
is this risky standard?
Yeah, this is
desperate?
this is desperate. This is desperate, and you're using your knife?
Yes.
Okay, so it's desperate standard. Yeah, because your knife is like weird and does ghost stuff. Scarlet? Well, I'm actually going to say you just noticed because of given your ability and the fact that you hunt and the fact that this is what you're good at, you notice that there are more people around. They are watching, you assume. They're in different corridors and alleyways. This man was not alone, or there are people watching what you're doing. They're not in the buildings, though. And Ebony, you get some readings. The whole city's lit up like a Christmas tree for you. It's kind of just the worst, but there's definitely some like blip, 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 like blips nearby. So you guys know that. We'll get to you, Grimalkin. You're just like, what the fuck is going on? He's not really a magic guy.
This is not.
This is not your wheelhouse.
I have a gun, and I
you
will
have that gun, and
something.
You know that gun kills ghosts.
Yeah. Maybe it works on vampires. I have no idea.
Okay.
But we're going to find out.
So go ahead and roll.
I got a 6.
Nice. How do you? What do you do? You slit his throat like a Pez dispenser?
Oh yes. She's going to feint towards, like she's going to grab the woman, and then instead of grabbing the woman, knife his neck.
So you run. Oh, that's awesome. So almost like, no, oh no, she's gonna gotcha. And like as he sees you, he's dropping her and moves in as if he's gonna flank your neck. And you simply, with a flick of the wrist and kind of like your eye sort of twists over to him, and you can see him like you can see in his face, oh, I miscalculated. And you just slice across. As you slice, he and kind of slashes back as you see Victor kind of like through the mist. The vampire can sort of for a little bit, but it doesn't look like he can do it indefinitely. He simply dashed backwards a good couple of yards as he and you see him raise his hand as he's holding his throat. I was gonna have him say things, but he can't say things because it's the first thing he did was slice his throat. Yeah. So he lifts his hand. Victor.
Mm-hmm.
You hear and feet across the cobblestone, and you kind of look to your right, and you can see what appears to be 3 people. Not ghosts. People. But their eyes are reflective, like ghosts usually are. The people seem to be, they have blood coming from their mouths and blood staining their shirts, and they are hauling ass. You assume, or I would say, any of you probably know well enough, this is most likely a person who is possessed. So they are probably dead. The harrowing empowers lots of creatures, and it makes things more dangerous. Ghosts, they have a higher likelihood of just being able to jump into a body, destroy the soul inside of it, and become like fledgling vampires. Like, it's a good time for ghosts to try to find a body. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but a vampire, you assume, is hanging out with other baby vampires. The one that you slice the throat of, he's definitely a stronger one, but these ones are like wild and new. I think like Shovelheads from Vampire the Masquerade. So they're just like, they still have that crazed, ghostly hunger in their eyes. And there's 3 of them hauling ass at you. Scarlet, Ebony, and Grimalkin, you notice that there are more coming from the building, coming from the hallways, as they just, and you can see the vampire looking at you, Sparrow, and he smiles as he and blasts through the mist, coming right back at you, Sparrow. So now he's a little bit more confident.
Yeah.
We need to leave.
To buy us a second to run, I don't know. Do I need to do a flashback for the electroplasmic ammunition, or
It's on your sheet.
No,
already.
no.
I've had it. I've had it. Yeah. Okay.
Actually, no. You said that you loaded it back when you were in the tunnels. That's what you shot. That's what you shot the corrosion man with, I do believe.
Yeah. Well, no, that was John Irons.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
But anyway, so
Which
pull
you
the
still
rifle.
have one of.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually going to pull the rifle from my back and use sharpshooter to
Awesome.
basically push myself, releasing a barrage of rapid fire to buy us a minute to GTFO.
Oh, fuck yeah. Go ahead and roll that. Or it's just a power, right?
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's it's an ability.
I'll tell you what.
better. I'll throw in napalm for this.
How so? Are you just gonna throw napalm?
Well, there is like a fire oil, and that can spark with a bullet. So it's like, throw in the air. Scarlet fires the bullet.
Oh my god, yes. Yes. I love it. Okay. Then I'll tell you what. Scarlet, simply just roll for me just for fun. You're gonna do it anyway, but roll for me to see the varying degree of badassitude. Desperate, great.
Look, I'm gonna keep helping as best I can here.
You are gonna help. And now some things are coming to beat your face in. So
Also, everybody, if you donate and give subs and whatnot,
okay, not bad.
we can accumulate rerolls. I believe we've got 3.
We currently actually have 4.
Ooh.
Oh,
Don't forget about that.
fancy. Yeah, we need to remember that.
I need to add the new one. It's all.
So very good. As Victor, how do you guys orchestrate this? Do you just go like shoot it and like throw a thing in the air?
I feel like at this point, like Scarlet and Victor has already spent some time working out like cheap ways to make the best out of all the little short explosives that he has, or volatile liquids.
Cool.
So it's kind of like we already pre-planned these things. It's like, if I toss something in the air, you're gonna shoot it.
Okay, I like that. Just as a rule of thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you
Makes
can see,
sense.
as you see Victor kind of lock eyes with you, he turns away from the monsters coming towards him to basically like, and throws this thing towards them. Or are you throwing the one towards you, Victor? Or do you want to fight those ones and throw this?
Oh, I'm going to fight the
direction?
ones that are coming, and I'm going to just help out with the crowd control.
Cool. So you throw it in another direction and then turn with the fucking sword in hand. As you see this thing fly through the air, you send a bullet through it. It spews, I guess that's just napalm, which you just have.
It's just fire oil. So yeah, it's just very, very flammable oil.
So this is, these are like fledgling vampires essentially. So fire, very bad for them. So as they come running like yeah, gonna get it. And these ones are actually heading towards you, Ebony. A large amount of them. As the fire, you see their eyes like and some of them are turning, some of them blindly not caring and running anyway. As soon as the fire spews all over them, sticking to them, you can see some of them like running the other way, some of them flailing on the ground, and it looks like 2 of them are still just hauling towards you, Evan. He just like wild. Grimalkin, as you're like, fuck this, you turn around. The only real exit from where you guys had entered, the exit is the bridge that you came from, which was covered with the corpses of the wardens, which seem to have been killed by something. As you turn, you can see one of the wardens just rise up. He has this tapestries on him. He has huge gashes across his chest from some great beast. And you can see what was once like metal armor is just rended. And as you see him stand and kind of like snap his back, and you see a couple of the other wardens begin to rise. It seems that you guys are surrounded. Yeah, it's getting pretty bad. Scarlet did her thing. Ebony, let's go to you because we got everybody's
to do. I put up my spell ward and I go. And that's pretty much what I do.
Which is a valid response.
Ebony, what's something? There are spirits still inside of these. I would still count them as kind of spirits because they are new. They are this night.
Okay.
And you can see the wildness in their eyes is still, akin to spirits. So you know that much. And also, fire hurts them. You would assume lightning probably toasts them too. And you also have a sword.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and use Compel and at least tell one of them to get the fuck out.
Okay, very cool. So you just want to send it, one of the ones that's on fire? You just want it to run away? Okay, so I'm not even going to have you roll for that. He's on fire. So you're like, what do you tell him? As it like comes running at you.
Leave.
He goes, and you see the body simply fall as this like light blue kind of energy flies from it. Grimalkin, one of my headphones slipped out. Grimalkin, you see these wardens rise. They don't really have their weapons because a lot of their weapons were broken and you took the ones that were sort of healthier.
Yes.
But you see then, and their bodies are pretty fucked. Like these aren't pristine like the other ones. Is there something you want to do with these guys as they're coming towards you from the bridge?
I guess I'm going to try and shoot one of them. I'm going to get as many as I can.
With John Irons gun.
Yeah.
Do you also have your like flip out pistol?
I do, but I don't think it's going to do any good. I mean, I'll shoot it, see what happens.
Okay. So what would you roll for that? I would think
skirmish.
Skirmish, right? Yeah, you're pretty good at skirmish, so yeah.
I'm guessing desperate.
Oh, desperate and standard.
All right.
Because of John Irons' pistol.
Any extra bonus dice? I'm gonna take some stress because
would you like
I'm just gonna take some. No.
Would you like a devil's bargain?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Nope. Just gonna take some stress on this one.
It's almost like, devil's bargains on harrowings.
And I fail! I'm gonna use a reroll!
Give a reroll!
Do it!
That reroll.
Desperate. Standard. What extra die? Let's go! Do not suck!
Yeah!
Nice.
Yay!
So you're panicking. How do you take care? Let's see, you got a 6 and a 4. You're gonna kill one, wound to the other. There's like 2 of them 2 or 3 running at you right now. How do you kill the one?
Well, I bring out the big pistol, and I point it right between its eyes, and I go, ah! And I and then it falls down, and I go, oh! And then I put out my little pistol, and I go, ah! And I shoot it, and it wings it, and I'm like, oh.
I'm going to say the little one, you whip out, you fire, and it lands dead square where the other one landed, like right between the eyes, and it goes, and you're like, ah! But the other one just destroyed it. Like not only is half of his head gone, but also whatever soul was residing shatters. Doesn't disappear, just dies. You killed the ghost. Ebony, because you sent one of them away, one of the ones that was on fire basically football tackles you and just and you kind of get slammed. You are on fire. You're gonna take, because of the armor and shit that you guys have, I'm gonna give you 1 damage right now because he's on fire and grabbing you. Now, because of this armor, you guys can choose to start ticking the armor away instead of your bodies. So instead of taking damage to yourselves, you can use the armor that Victor has prepped for all of you.
Yeah.
You have armor. So you got fucking
save it.
you got tackled by a flaming fucking monster. I think you get 4 boxes in that, right?
No, you get the one use.
Yeah, it's one use.
Yeah.
It's one use.
I thought that on your
Heavy-
Unless it. Well,
On your
Heavy is its
sheets.
own thing, and then armor is its own thing, and I think
Special armor is only if you have it.
Right.
mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you what. All of you draw 4 little boxes on a piece of paper, and that's
Okay.
how much. Because this armor was thick like Kevlar that you were making for them. Is basically like
Yeah.
ballistic with metal. I think we
Ballistic,
enmeshed
like,
into it.
yeah, ballistic arcane material.
Yeah. So this is pretty hardcore badass army. You're going out to war
those
basically when you went out
those
here.
double sixes were for something.
Exactly, they're pristine. So put 4 little boxes. Every time you guys
Alright.
get fucked, you can go ahead and mark however many boxes I say is worth the damage. So it can protect you up to a lethal amount. So boom, one of them tackles you as you hit the ground. This like flaming, what was once a person now on fire and infected. Victor, boom, you got like 3 or 4 of them coming at you. I think I
Yep.
said.
Yeah,
They're
you had
just-
like 3. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do?
Okay, so I got this large like I guess it's like what, almost like
It's like a claymore. It's
like a claymore size. Okay, excellent. That's all I need for
Highlander. You got a fucking.
That's all I
Highlander, so-
wanted. That's all I wanted.
I know, buddy.
So what's gonna happen is he's gonna actually dip the blade like a little bit down angle. He's actually gonna take out another vial. He's gonna take out a vial, pull the cork, start pouring, and it's more fire oil. And he's gonna scrape against the cobblestone, to spark it,
Yeah.
and light this sucker on fire. And we're going Game of Thrones on this nonsense.
Fucking okay, and that I'll say you could just
I'm
do
gonna use
that
wreck for this.
and wreck. That's what I thought. Now here's something I want to say to you.
Mm-hmm.
There's fire. There's
Yeah.
gunshots. There's screaming. There is
Mhm.
death. This reminds you cannot get this out of your head. You lived this for years. You know this. This is war. Now I will ask you: would this add to you fighting, or would this take away from you fighting?
I think it awakens this part of him where he has kind of buried a while, because even now he has never really tried to show off like any kind of like combat abilities that he's used from his time during the Unity War. He can show off his expertise because that's just something that's his core, that's who he is, but never ever has he tried to really show off his physical prowess or anything he's done from other than maybe a 1 or 2 maybe like physical leaps or something that might require a little bit more effort, but never like anything combat related this big.
But this is the time.
This is the
I would
time.
say
And so
you-
there's this kind of like glaze in his eyes, and it just kind of like and he just instantly enters back into step. And there's like that little chiming echo of the last time he talked to the other Scovlins, how none of them had ever really, the war has never really left them, how it never has ended.
And and the sword lights up. I want you to go ahead and roll wreck for me. See how well we do on this.
Risky standard or desperate?
It's still desperate. It's
Still desperate?
desperate great. Because you lit your fucking sword on fire,
That's fair.
which I Evan love. So
Yes, that's fair.
I'll give you an extra.
And I'll definitely push myself for the extra die. Because I need to live.
Okay.
I'm the one carrying the ghost bomb. Do you want a ghost bomb to ignite as well?
No, not particularly. No.
Bargain. Do a little devil's bargain.
No.
Okay.
I'll take the
Okay.
5. I'll take the
Okay.
5.
You have a reroll if you'd like. But we
No,
can
I'll
go
take
with
the
5.
5. 5
As
is
you
good.
fucking rush in. And how are you? Is this like skilled? Is this just brute like? Blah, blah,
For
like,
this, he's
how
gonna
does
use
he-
he's gonna use the weight of the sword as a brute force, and he's just gonna like cleave right through.
So as you haul ass, you guys, whoever can see Victor, surprisingly quiet, chill Victor, hauling ass as you lop off one of the legs of one of the ones running at you, and while it's still in the air, you bring the sword down, cutting it in half, as you just, and it kind of hits, and you can see like the soul simply escapes, doesn't die like it does with John Iron's guns, but runs away. Another one jumps or is leaping at you from the side as you kind of pivot your foot, spin around, and like baseball bat swing it. As its momentum swings into the sword, it just and just cuts that one in half as it, and its body topples. Is Victor roaring, screaming, or is he silent?
Actually, no, he will be screaming. He will actually be like in full battle rage.
Mixed in with the roars. As you cut that one in half, one of the other ghosts comes and slams what appears to be 2 knives into your back. You are going to take. Let's go with 1 now. I want to hurt you guys more.
Okay.
So let's say 1 damage. Boom! As there's 2 knives. There's now 2 knives just sticking out of your armor in the back. As you kind of spin around and bash him in the face with the pommel. As it. And I'm gonna say you are now you probably bash him in the face with the pommel, cut him across the chest, and he looks kind of like fuck, scared. Boom! That's where you are. You're fucking kicking ass. You're getting a little hurt, but you're whooping some ass. Sparrow.
Mm-hmm.
The vampire comes rushing at you, and as it fast as hell comes busting ass after you, what he's gonna do is he's gonna go ahead and dig his nails into like your stomach and your chest.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that Sparrow has that would stop him from like dashing right into him? I mean, your armor can take it, but
So here's Sparrow's plan.
yes,
To take this hit and deflect him far away because he's about to explode.
okay.
I'm going to put the bomb in his pocket.
What bomb?
The bomb I picked up from the
the black
buildings.
powder bomb. The black powder bomb. Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah.
I did give you a black powder bomb, and you are a thief. Okay, so
I'm going to
you're
take
gonna
this
take
hit
the hit. So one from his little claws digging into your chest,
and
as
like
he-
kick him as far away as I can. I'll check
Okay.
off a box.
So I'll say you take the hit, and I'll have you more roll for the bomb. Let's roll for that as opposed to you kicking him away from you.
Yeah, this is the finesse to get it on him lit.
Yeah. I'll say you can kick him without a doubt, but yes.
Or would this be proud? Finesse.
It's up to you. You choose what you roll, and then explain to me how it is. I think finesse or prowl works because it's a sort of like a sleight of hand thing, like in D&D, and it's also like a stealth thing because you're trying to get him not to notice.
I'm going to go ahead and say desperate.
Oh yeah, it's desperate. Desperate, great. As he digs his claws into you, kind of fall onto your back and go to kick him backwards. Yes.
I'm willing to entertain a devil's bargain that I probably will reject.
Devil's bargain. Okay, here's a devil's bargain. Vampires have weird magic. They do weird shit. He is going to look at your face, and he is going to send an image of your face to him.
Okay,
Okay. Very good.
1 bonus dice.
You like that. I like that you like it. Yeah, fuck it. Bring it.
I like Grimalkin's face reaction more.
I have a 6.
So, as he slams into you, digging his claws, he looks at you. You see his eyes, and as they kind of like swirl black for a moment, and then go back, and as he blinks as they go away, and he goes, he knows. As his throat heals because you fucking cut his throat immediately. He goes, spits out blood as he's digging his claws. He knows you're here now, girl, little Severosi, and he'll have your fucking head.
You won't.
As you kick him off, and he tumbles, picks himself back up, slides back. He is basically towards the bridge. He's where the other wardens are, Grimalkin. Actually, I would say he probably slams right into the one of the wardens that you shot in the head and kept coming. Boom, gets hit by the vampire as you're like, ooh, and he stands up, picks up the warden, and he's like, get back to it. Now, what is it that you were? Boom! And he just fucking explodes. Sorry, I screamed. As he just fucking explodes into blood, bone, and clothes, and just fucking boom! And you see like a soul vanish as the bomb isn't really, made for. It was just a regular black powder bomb.
Yeah, and I'll go. The rest of you can leave now or die here.
Ooh, I would say Victor standing there holding a flaming sword. Ebony's still a little bit in trouble. Scarlet reloading, and Grimalkin like,
No, that's not what Grimalkin looks like.
what do you look like? This is the worst night ever.
And we thought this was a good idea?
It was an idea.
We make all the best life decisions. It's fine.
So I'm gonna say that, with the exception of Ebony, they begin to second guess and start backing away. Ebony, you still have a flaming one on top of you. What are you doing to get him off? And does anybody help?
I am going to yet again use compel. Get the fuck off of me.
Okay, you go ahead and do it. -1 die because they're on fire and you're on fire and it hurts. It's not the best, most optimal condition. Oh, right.
Am I attuning
Yeah,
for
don't
this?
have to.
Yeah, it's an attune.
I would say go ahead and roll -a die.
Okay. Desperate.
Which, I'm sorry, would just be a normal attunement roll because you get +1 die whenever you do attune on this night.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so it's just normal.
Okay.
Ooh, not so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, use that reroll.
Use them up tonight.
Yes.
Good, he was gonna bite your face. Well, your shoulder, but... Okay, still not great.
You got a 4?
A 4 is.
As
Would be
he,
better.
4's as
Better.
good as a 5.
as you scream at him, and he slashes you one more time with well, he's in a person body. I'm gonna say he just fucking punches you in the face one more time. So just
Right.
like motherfucker, like right in the nose as he and starts running on fire and abandons the body. The other vampire fledglings begin to leave. Victor, do you let yours get away, or are you a little bit too in the zone? They're still within killing range, but they look like scared and like they're gonna.
I'll say Victor would actually just hold back, just because I think after that initial outburst, he will get a little bit of him will come back, as he's just as right now this is just like a fight or flight response.
Yes. Okay. Cool. So the fledglings begin to run, and they begin to escape. Sparrow. Yeah, that was the right thing to say in the right situation after you blew up the strongest one of them. So you are all standing there. The creatures have left. There's a couple more bodies on the ground, more blood. Your sword's fire is beginning to wane and disappear into the night, and the fog is overpowering you once again. Do you simply make your way?
It's time to go.
Yeah, let's get this over with and get gone.
Sorry. It's sorry. I apologize. And I'll grab the sensor as we.
For the love of God.
Okay. Do you leave the unconscious woman?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm not going to stop and pick her up.
Grimalkin, do you leave the unconscious woman? You've seen what happens in this night, and you know what would happen to an unconscious person.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Here's what I do. I
Okay.
take her and I find the first available door, right, to inside someone's house.
Okay, Grimalkin
Yeah.
picks up the body and runs to the nearest building. It's
Yeah.
not too far.
And I want to make sure it's an actual abode, not like some creepy fucking like death house, but somebody legitimately lives there.
So here's the thing:
It's like death house. Not so bad.
you run to the nearest house, and as you get to the nearest house, you hear and you're like, oh fucking!
No, not that one.
You run to the next house. You run to the next house, and you can hear. It's all right. Just stay quiet, and they won't hear us. It does sound like people.
Okay,
Much better than that one. Whatever's
It's
happening
locked,
in that
right?
one.
Yeah. Fuck
What?
that place. We don't.
Yeah, that one. The door was a little open. Like
Yeah.
something got in there. So
Yeah, I'm going to slip my card for my fake ID of my fake self in her pocket, and I am going to unlock the door with my picks and just
Okay.
and close the door and keep running.
Okay. As you, I will. I won't have you roll for this. I'm just going to say that you're able to do it.
Yeah.
You know, as you're taking your way through it. As Grimalkin is doing this, you guys are kind of making your way, and you turn back and fuck. Like, do you guys go back to cover him? Are you all just going to
I'm
run
not a
ahead?
dick.
I'll go back to cover him.
Okay, so you guys want to go back and okay, so
Yeah, Victor.
Yeah, I'll cover him.
as you guys go back go back to the place, and as you take the time, you get the door open, and when you get the door open, it's pitch black inside. As that is well, no, that's what you want to do during this night. You don't want to. They're gonna know you're in there, and they're all just gonna pound on your door like zombies. So you throw her inside with the thing, and you hear what sounds like a child, like, and it's like, you know what I mean, like. So it sounds like that's a family in there, and you.
I will yell in. This woman got caught out in the night. Help her! Close the door.
Close the door. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You close the door, and as you close the door, a bunch of blood shoots out from under the. No, I'm kidding.
No.
You close the door. Do you? I hate this night.
That's what I was gonna say.
This is the worst thing ever.
Do you
No, that's
relock it?
tomorrow.
Do you relock it?
Absolutely, I relock it.
Okay. You take the time to then
Not
relock
a
it.
dick.
Bum bum bum. I would say who's looking out right now?
Me.
You, all of you, pretty much.
Yeah,
are like,
yeah.
I mean, I got a flaming sword. You know how heavy that thing is?
Oh, you can carry it. You're good at rec.
I know, but it's just like, it's not like you can just casually marathon with it.
Scarlet, and Ebony. Scarlet, just because you're kind of naturally more perceptive than everyone else because you're a huntress. You hear what sounds like. You hear what sounds like hoofs, like a horse.
Of course it is.
As you're like,
Yeah.
and Ebony, you notice a like beacon of energy, and
Sneaking a quick peek at Ember real fast, see how he's reacting as well.
is it a he? I thought it was a she.
It's a he.
Oh, it's he. So Ember first licking like his back as well as he can in his wound, and he like not happy about, and it seems to be coming from down the alleyway. And as Grimulkin is like, you know, you guys are like, come on, he's like, just hold on, you know, because you know if you leave it unlocked, these people are as good as fucking dead. That whole family is dead. So you're like, fuck that. So as you lock it out from the one of the hallways comes what appears to be a horse and a rider.
Wait,
on
from
top.
one of the hallways in the building?
No, from the
Alleyway.
street.
Oh, from the
You-
street. Okay.
Yeah,
I was about
they
to
are
poop my
watching your
pants.
back. No, this
Oh,
is
okay.
behind you. Oh
Okay.
man, that'd be cool. So out from, I feel like you guys are just staying away from the buildings in general, but out from one of the alleyways comes a horse with a rider on it. And as they emit from the darkness, you can see that the rider, he is in what appears to be like clothes of like a warrior. Like it is like a battle ridden kind of outfit, and your first thought is a warden maybe, but the colors are all wrong. It's like black and red, and as the rider kind of starts to walk out, you can see as he steps out into what little light there is available to you, you can see that his beautiful kind of badass torn up armor ends at the shoulders where there is no head. And the rider simply walks out, and the horse stops, and you can see that the horse is almost skeletal in nature. It is like undead. It is shriveled skin, and it looks like there's stuff hanging from it. And you can see that the stuff hanging from it kind of drops, and it sounds like chains hitting the ground. And you can see that the rider extends his hand, and a chain and like hits the ground in this wicked, nasty hook. And as the rider is just staring at all of you, or you know, what you can assume is staring at you, and you are all kind of looking at it, what do you guys want to do in this moment? He's a good distance away from you. You'd be able to make it like either onto the street and just haul ass the quick way towards the slaughterhouse, but you're on a street where you can try to start cutting through the alleyways, or you know, think of something else if you want. You can also always remember, there's always ghost doors. Just gonna throw that out there. Just gonna throw that out
Not on this night. No way.
there. Okay.
Victor's gonna turn to Sparrow. Run?
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah, because like Victor just like kind of nudges, like kind of shows the swords, like, not enough.
Okay, so
Nope.
so you all start backing up and begin to run.
Run!
Are we going down the street, down the alleyways, or are you going to try to get underground again? Because you guys can do that.
Whatever you all think is best, that's what I'm going to do.
You hear this horrible, raspy kind of noise come from this person. Just
Alleyways.
Yeah.
you all start running, Left 4 Dead style, like shoot or run, as you hear both. As you guys start, as the rider waits patiently for you to get to like in front of him, like at the trees, you're making your way towards the alleys. When you can see him go, and him and the horse ignite in fire and just start and hauling ass. This horse is fast as fuck. And this thing just comes after you, and you can hear the chains dragging, and you can see that the gnarly hook is actually embedded in the ground, just tearing up the cobblestone as you hear him just as they're just hauling ass after you. You guys are... Who's in the back? Oh, Scarlet. Good. I like that. Scarlet, you're in the back. Are you shooting at him while you're running backwards?
Fuck yeah, I am.
Fuck yeah, you are. Awesome. Okay, so here's the thing is I'm not going to make you roll unless you would want to push yourself, because all of it's going to be 0 or limited. This thing is, like I said, a beacon of energy. This thing's motherfucking strong.
Yeah, no, really, this is more so just slow it down. I'm not going to even push it. I'm going to try to, like, aim for a knee on this horse.
I'm just gonna say you're popping shots at the motherfucker to like, and you're aiming at the body, you're aiming at the horse, you're really at the joints, and you can see as the bullets hit it, some of them simply disintegrate, some of them land and make their mark, like puncturing it, and some of them simply like explode, on impact. It is a bizarre thing, but as you do in fact kind of like you hit the horse once in the head and kind of make it like as it keeps going.
Yeah, no, just slow it down just a little bit.
As you do, you guys start making your way, and it is still a good distance away as you make sure everyone else is in the alleyway. And as you're like, go, and you fire off a final shot, as you hit it, it swings its fucking hook and chain, and it slashes you across the chest for, I'm going to say, just 2 damage as it just rips into you in the armor.
Yeah, my ability reduces that to 1.
Ooh,
tough as nails.
Yeah, as you just motherfucker, as he and kind of laughs as you get into the alleyway. As you guys do, he keeps running past you, kind of laughing, and you hear the horse like there's this horrible screech as the light of the fire sort of goes past. It seems like he just thought that it was fun and doesn't actually want to hunt and eat you, just thought it was fun to try to kill you when he could. But you have made it away. And you are in the alleyways as you're making your way through the alleys. I'm going to say, as you make your way through, there's all kinds of horrific noises. The noises of the city have gotten a little worse. The cacophony of there were sometimes distant screams or a distant gunfire. Now you are hearing what sounds like sometimes there's small explosions. There sounds like a good deal of gunfire, and there sounds like a lot of screaming. And more prevalent in the area that you are, you hear what sounds like a lot of especially from one of the buildings that you're passing, a lot of weeping. In fact, actually a lot. It sounds like the entire tenement building that you are walking past right now, it sounds like every single person in there is wailing uncontrollably, just crying and weeping and wailing in the dark. There may be something in there hurting them all. There may be something there eating them. There may just be a whole lot of sad people at once.
1 second, real fast, just backtracking for like 2 seconds.
Yes.
The armor.
Yes.
Could I do that instead? And just do the 2?
Yep, mark 2 and have it rip across your armor.
Yep.
Which will look really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's what Victor made him for. Okay.
I kind of forgot about the armor for like 2 seconds.
So as you guys are
Anyway.
making your way through the alley, the wailing building kind of on your right as you begin to pass it, as you make your way through Ebony, you notice what looks to be a small person run across the alleyway in front of you as you guys are hurriedly and you hear like and it sounds like a small child.
Oh dear.
No, don't mess with it. Let's
Nope.
go.
Okay, so do you go another way or through where it went?
Oh.
It's okay, either one.
Let's go another way.
Okay,
No, let's go where it came from because it left.
That's a good-
Did it?
Okay, so Sparrow, I assume you're just turning down that alleyway?
Yeah.
Where it came from. You start running down that alleyway. As you guys start making your way through there, you can see what appears to be a long alleyway leading to the street ahead of you. As you make your way towards the leading to the street ahead of you, Sparrow, you're in the front, right?
Yep.
Sparrow, you run, bam, right into a wall. As you, what the fuck? And you can see that now there's no street in front of you. This alley ends in a dead end.
Oh, great.
Oh boy.
And you turn, and you hear, and there is on the other side of the alley where you came from, and actually still standing where she was because she ran across, there is what appears to be a little girl.
Oh, so much nope.
She is in a simple nightdress. She has bare feet, and you can see that her nightdress is covered in blood. Sparrow, you
I pull my gun and
recognize
shoot her.
Okie dokie,
Bam!
Sparrow. So
We find out
want you
later
to-
it was an actual child.
No, I know this ghost.
I want you to roll. Yep. Morgan, I want you to roll your business.
I'm gonna roll my business, and I'm gonna take some stress. Desperate?
Yes. Desperate.
Effect?
John
Desperate.
Iron's gun.
Desperate. It's John Iron's gun.
Yes.
So it's limited in this capacity. It would be
What?
0 if it was anything else. It's limited.
Oh.
This is-
the ghost
Well, yeah.
horror.
Oh, that's even worse.
Oh.
Very, very powerful.
Oh, that's even worse. Oh no.
And we're like corner. Okay.
There's a
Nice.
6.
As you turn around, Sparrow, you look at this ghost and you recognize this ghost.
Ah!
The last time you saw her, she was in a house that you stole a knife from. And you fire it as she and you shoot her in the chest, dead center as it, and you see these sort of red cracks peel across, and she goes and she disappears.
Fuck off!
Oh,
Do you guys start making your way out of the alleyway?
Run!
yeah.
As you begin to run, Victor, a glass bottle comes flying at you. I'm sorry, not just a glass bottle, one that has already been broken in half. Comes and spiraling towards you. And I'm gonna say it just slams into your shoulder, doing one damage, ouchies of like piercing as it just like fuck as it's just broken glass in your shoulder. And you hear echoing through the hallway. You took what's mine, and I want it back.
I'll tell you where to go find it
No,
Okay, Gollum.
you give it to me.
tomorrow. No, next week.
A trash can lid comes. A trash can lid comes spiraling towards Sparrow. Sparrow, given your weird ability to act first, I'll give you the ability to dodge it. All of you are now getting trash thrown at you, like random garbage, just as it just one of the garbage bags floats, just explodes in a bunch of what appears to be like chicken bones and like, well, this world doesn't have whatever, a bunch of sharp shit, broken glass, old dull knives, just shit is being thrown at you. So unless you guys have other ways to get about it, like Sparrow, you have like the inhuman thing, right? And you have the ethereal thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that though.
Okay, then all of you take one more ouchie as it just motherfucker. She's just throwing trash at you in a tantrum because she's
Ebony, shut her down.
All right. I'm
She's already
going to go
hurt.
ahead and use compel and tell her to leave us the fuck alone.
Okay, because of what Grimalkin did, this will be. I want you to roll your attune anyway, and this will be
Okay.
at standard effect because Grimalkin has put a big fucking hole through her chest.
Okay. Standard.
Shut her down. She's an AI. Turn that fucking thing off. Throwing garbage at us.
I got 5.
Okay, not great, but not bad. So as you what do you tell her? What do you say to her?
Leave us alone.
Trying to remember her name.
Maddie,
Maddie.
You, Ebony, after saying that, you feel her presence behind you.
Mm,
Do you turn to look?
sure.
You turn around and she's sitting just on the ground, pouting. And she's just looking at you very upset. She still has that gaping hole in her chest that is cracked. And she just...
What is it you want?
She took my knife. It was
She
my
said she'd
knife.
give it back.
No, she won't.
Sparrow?
She's lying. I saw inside her head. She's smart. And she's a liar. I want a knife.
Someone give this poor child the knife.
Take one of mine. I hand her.
She is now directly in front of you. Just
Who ended up with the throwing knives? Because I don't think it was me.
It was me.
Do you mean the special ones from the crow?
Yeah.
From the crows? Ebony ended up with those.
Oh, yeah,
Threw them
Ebony ended up
into
with those,
threw
yeah.
them into Basement Bob's face. Says
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say that you picked them up though after that.
Okay.
We can say because we never said it, but like I assume he like scratched them out of his face and you picked them up. It did hurt him though.
Okay.
So those knives are like nice, and all of them look like feathers.
This knife is also a feather.
So you give her one of the
Yes.
throwing knives. Okay, cool. She grabs it. I like it. And she turns, and you see her begin to walk up the wall. And she, like one of the walls of the buildings, walks up the wall, peeks into one of the windows, puts the knife in there, and jimmies the window open. And then she just sort of slides in.
Nice.
Fucking ghost.
And then you hear screaming. So,
Yeah.
That's
I
all.
hate this night. I hate it.
Well, it's a little late to go back now, isn't it?
you are very close
I
at this
love that.
point. The slaughterhouse is right there. So, make our way to the slaughterhouse.
Yeah, let's freaking go.
So Victor still has two knives in his back.
Oh, we
as
should have
he's-
used those.
Would you mind?
well, they're not in your flesh. They're just in the.
No, but they're like.
I'll grab
I
them.
can, I can feel them, and it's like off the weight, and it's like, oh, thank you.
I'll grab and pocket them.
You fucking. You get two shitty steak knives, which is what they were. So you have those. I know steak probably isn't even a thing people eat here. Whatever. Two
Whale,
kitchen
they
knives.
eat
Eel
whale.
steak.
They eat
They
Yeah.
eat
Whale steak, yeah.
Whale steaks.
Mushrooms.
they're
steak.
delicious.
Leviathan steak.
Yeah. Just
so
not
you guys-
beefsteak.
As you exit this alleyway, hearing the screaming, whatever Madeline is doing in there, you exit out onto another foggy street. This time, the slaughterhouse stands before you, like a dark fortress standing there. A large fence surrounds it, but I'm going to say you guys have already planned on how to get in there. There is a skeleton crew of billhooks here, and I mean very few. There is simple wards that that Grun probably paid to have somebody put on his place to defend it. And that's pretty much it. Now, you have already scoped out this place. I'm going to say you guys already know how to get past these defenses. If you guys would like to describe to me how, and how you get the bombs where it wants to be.
I'm playing
let you do
lookout here. That's my job.
Okay. Then
Ghost
who
bombs are not
handles-
something I have expertise with.
So I want to say, like, I guess Victor at that point hands the ghost bomb to Sparrow.
Sparrow's going to go in through the roof because Grun did not invest in great defenses. He invested in some defenses, probably mostly on the first floor.
You get onto the roof, and you're right. And as you do, you are starting to get one of the windows open, and you look up, and on one of the structures on the roof, there is a figure. It is like a person standing there. But
Okay.
there are two large red sort of ovals where it, like, on its face, a little too large to be eyes, but that's all you can assume they are, and it's just looking at you.
Okay.
You just go
Nothing
back
I
to
can
your
do
business?
about that.
Okay, you just go back to your business as it just sort of cocks its head, you continue to do your thing as you just, no, thank you, please. I don't want any. And you go into the building. Who handles the guards that are in your way? Are you handling them? Does anybody go in with Sparrow? Are you guys all simply hanging out and trusting Sparrow to do this all on her own?
I'll go, unless Sparrow doesn't want the company.
Fine either way.
Okay. So with Scarlet shadowing you as well as Ember, you make your way through. Who handles the security? The skeleton crew, the billhooks that wander the halls.
I figured we just stealth past them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. There aren't a whole lot of, there's like no evil supernatural shit in here because of the wards.
Would you like a prowl? Or no? No,
actually, you guys have already scoped this out. This is more like a flavor thing. How do you guys? The job wasn't this. The job was getting here and getting out. That's the job is the city. So, yeah,
the city sure did a job on us.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Owie. So you guys are able to make it. And where do you plant the bomb? That's what I'm interested to know. Where do you place this ghost spewing box? Which has, I believe, about 15 super pissed off ghosts, which, by the way, well, go ahead and explain where you put it first. I'm sorry.
I'd say Groon's. Does Groon have like a little throne?
He has an office that you were in before. He does not have a little throne. It is an office where he does like any of his work. It also seems to be like where he likes to relax. Because that's where a lot of his drugs are, and that's where he just is. Yeah. That's where he was before when he demanded you to bring him the head of John Irons or Two Buck Chuck, I believe, so that he could snort coke out of his eyes.
Yeah.
I'm going to write a note, attach it to the pin that we've set that says drugs, a gift from the Phantoms.
Which he thinks are his friends at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. So I love that. Now, as you do it, you write the note, and as you place the bomb down, is it like in a box, and then he'll pull the pin and it'll explode out of the box?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. As you hold it, it is hot, like to hold, even like through the and it is vibrating. So it is hot and vibrating. It feels terrible. Like it feels like it's about to fucking explode. These things that are in here are stronger than they've ever been because it's on this night. Yeah. And they're only going to get worse as this night ends and leads to the next. So you gently place it down.
Well, actually, do I even need to write anything on it? Just put it under his chair and they will eventually break out.
It kind of feels like it's a matter of time.
I'll say
always more fun to have him pull a pin. I could definitely.
Yeah. I feel like that will be a thing. And then what we can do is for Victor can help with the subterfuge. To get that to kind of like set up the little mechanism to kind of be like the pin, the note, and just be like maybe dress it up even more so it's not like an apparently obvious like container of spirits, but like something else.
Right.
Oh, it's a package it's just a brown paper package with the box inside. I said
it says drugs.
With a note that says for Groon
from the Phantoms.
Actually, no, I'm not even going to attribute it to us.
No.
Okay.
In case there's evidence left.
Also, I mean, it's its own reward just knowing that he gets mauled to death by ghosts.
So you simply put down this odd package on his desk,
and
you guys make your way out. Now, for those of you who are outside, you do see what appears to be a large group of people making their way through the street, and it looks like many of them are hurt and harmed and wounded. Some of them are shouting, other ones are trying to shush them, and all of them seem to be wearing pig masks, like the literal faces of pigs they are wearing on their face. These are all billhooks. That's not
disturbing.
Yeah, they are billhooks, and you see leading them, surrounded by three massive men, all wearing pig masks, is a man with a large axe. The end of the axe seems to be almost like hot with something, like it arcane or whatever. It's just hot at the end of the blade. And as he is walking, you can see that he is wearing metal like the
Is his
like,
tip turgid with arcane energy?
It is now.
You can see that he's actually not looking so bad himself. The rest of them are in kind of bad shape, including his big brutes with him. You surmise that is Groon, and that those are Groon's goons, and that the rest of them are billhooks, and they're returning from their battle with the Badgers. They look pretty wounded, not sure who won, who lost, but Groon is alive. Yes, Groon.
Have we already set up the explosives in the other place?
I will. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Who wanted to handle that?
That would have been me then for that.
Yeah,
I would
let's
go with Victor. Yes.
Okay, so you guys were able to get down under the way. Grimok and I assume you handle any of the security in the way, and Victor handles
hello.
the.
Yes.
Yep.
Good night.
Hello, Pop.
Yeah. Hello. Bam!
Yep.
Hey, look, someone I can punch!
you just fucking jaw one of the security like I have had a fucking night. as you just like flip on your bowler as Victor makes it past you with a I don't know, how did you get a whole barrel here? I totally forgot about the barrel, whatever. So you have
backs. It's fine.
you probably
No,
actually
we
stored
pre-stashed it. Yeah, we
Yeah, you
pre-stashed
stored
it.
Yeah, we did.
Makes total
Because I also
sense.
sealed the other manhole cover
did.
too.
Yep. Yep.
So you wheel the barrel in, and do you set a tripwire for it?
Yeah, so I'm gonna set it for as a tripwire, so it's gonna be a tinker check because I have to set the mechanism for it. And what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be like somehow Victor just like so Okromolkin, you see Victor pull out like this little like tool set with like all these little gears and wiring, and you're just like, where else did you keep this stuff?
Just out of his jacket.
How did you? I don't know.
And
His jacket is like
and
a
the jacket
clown's
just
pants.
and he has like three like screwdrivers in his mouth, and he's like tweaking everything, and then he actually has to like grab, and then he's like trying to nudge you to bring a lantern closer in the dark so he can at least see better.
Yeah,
The man on the ground begins to wake up, Grimalkin.
I kick him in the chest.
You give him a fucking kick, and he goes back to sleep while you're holding the lantern. Just
So for the tinker check, what are we going to roll for? Is it risky standard?
yes.
I give you an extra die.
Sweet.
Because I can.
Yeah, the extra
This
die.
is your fallback. You're making sure this shit works.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So let me see here. Okay, that looks good. All right, so we'll do that, and all right, here we go. There's a 6.
All right. So now this was remind me again. This was
So this is just setting up the
trigger
trap mechanism, the trigger mechanism for the actual normal explosives.
Gotcha. Which will set off the entirety of the
Yep. This place is gonna burn and be full of ghosts.
So you did it. So you guys make your way back out. Then I guess Evany, you're the only one that sees the billhooks making their way in. But I will say, Grimalkin and Victor, you were able to make your way out of the building. And I'll say, do you guys want to be in the building, Sparrow and Scarlet, or do you want to be out of that building?
I do not want to.
No, we don't want to be.
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted
insane.
I didn't know if you.
It's like, yes, we want to
try.
be in the middle of the death pit.
With 14, 15 ghosts. Yeah, good life
and
decisions.
also a barrel's worth of black powder. Sure.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to try to ensure that he did something specific.
We'll make sure
but
after the fire settles.
Yeah.
As you guys climb out of the roof, you climb out of the roof of the building. Or out of the skylight. Sparrow, you pop out and you look, and that thing is still just standing there, just perfectly still. And you're like, ugh. As you make your way over, help Scarlet up. Scarlet, you also see this just humanoid shape standing.
I want to take out my spyglass real fast and sneak a
look at
peek. Yeah.
Okay, so as you look at it, now that you can see closer to it, because it's just what's like a silhouette almost with these dark glasses, you can see that it appears to be, again, in the dark, in the fog, it's a man in some sort of very large coat. Nope, that's not a coat. That look like wings wrapped around him, like bug wings. And his feet are not human or in boots. And his face, and you can see Scarlet begins to shake uncontrollably, Sparrow, as she looks upon this thing in greater detail.
I'll just move the...
Is this...
It almost was like you couldn't look away from it. And then once he moved the glass, you're like, oh. And it just still stands there, staring at you.
Leave the moth alone. Let's go.
Yeah, no, we're gone. We're gone. Let's go.
Leave the moth alone.
It's either Jeff Goldblum or a moth.
You already met Jeff Goldblum. He's the fly.
Jeff Goldblum.
So you guys make your way across. We see you exiting the roof as we see Grun and his men carrying like torches and things, making their way into the building. Now then, here's what I need to know from you guys. You are here to do a job. You are here to kill him, and you need to make sure that he dies. Do you confirm the kill, or do you let the city scare you and run the other way?
Oh.
Do you like how I worded that, by the way?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Are you gonna
Nice.
be awesome, or are you gonna be scaredy cats and run like little scaredy cats?
But badasses don't look at the explosions.
You can walk away, but you guys,
Guys, don't look at explosions.
you guys can wait until the screaming starts if you'd like. But I just want to get an idea of where you guys will be when this shit hits the fan.
I would at least like to wait until the screaming starts.
Yeah.
I'll
I
stick
would like to make sure that when they
Scarlet.
actively try to go for the safe room, that the trigger happens and the whole thing goes into flames.
I will make sure that he's dead. Physically
Yeah.
dead. Even
You're
if that
gonna
requires me
Alright.
putting a bullet in his skull.
You're gonna confirm the kill.
I will
Oh well,
confirm
yeah,
the
we were
kill.
talking about making sure to confirm the kill anyway.
I like
Yeah.
it.
when we planned.
okay.
So yeah,
We are not. I did not come through all of that bullshit to not get this done.
and we have a promise to uphold. So
Yes, and I
So-
made that deal, and so I'm not going back on it. Unlike
Okay.
some other people in the group. I mean, what?
oh,
Extra
Oh.
shade.
Fight.
oh.
So then I'm going to take the story away from you guys a little bit and put it on Groom, because now the ball's in his court where he goes and what he does. He's gonna do what you want. But so he enters the building.
What? He doesn't do drugs.
We see Groom.
Upstanding citizen.
We've seen Grun enter the building. Make sure that the perimeter's checked. Make sure these fucking doors are locked and re-up all the fucking walls. I don't want anything getting in or out of this fucking place. We need to hunt it down for a fucking week. And you, as he walks with his axe, he kind of puts it down. You do see now that he steps into the light of the building, he has blood all over the metal, and where he used to have an apron, now it is like an apron, but of like sheet metal, like scaled metal, almost similar to like what Psycho Billy was wearing. Like they wear armor when they're going out on the shit to hit the fan, or when the shit hits the fan. So he walks in with all this, as well as what appears to be big black like leather gloves, all soaked in blood, and his axe soaked in blood. As he takes off his pig mask and starts looking around, and he takes off the pig mask and it slides off of what appears to be a metal helmet underneath with like eye slits. He was like in metal. As he walks, and one of those boys goes, "Where'd it go, sir? How we do? We give those badges what they was deserving." And Grun, without missing a beat, sweeps the axe into the man's stomach and chest and pulls him close. And the guy's like, and he goes, "As you fucking think we did, boy." And he takes him and pushes him outside the doors. And he goes, "It's some acid on that fuck." And you see him as he... and you can see the ghost is immediately starting to come out. Hence, another bad part of this night. And you can see other men go, "Oh shit," and they're grabbing like nearby barrels and throwing what appears to be acid just on him outside of the front door of Grun's slaughterhouse. As he walks in, he begins to make his way up the stairs, and he goes, "Right then. This is fucking war. I thought this was a fucking scrap. I thought this was something all agreed upon. But they were going for my fucking head. Did you see Minnie? That crazy fucking bitch trying to kill me 3 times to Sunday." Fucking Snow. He's getting out of hand is what he's doing. And he enters his office and he's got his three boys with him. And he goes, I'll tell you, this fucking city, it will be mine. That's it, no more fighting around. Now that we have the new boys that we got from the Iron Biters, now that we've got a little bit more strength, we've lost the battle today, but we hunker down for the week, we keep the fucking biters out, and we make sure that when we come back, we take this whole fucking city, and I mean Snow, I mean the Courts, I mean the fucking Crows. What about the Red Sashes? We're fucking in business with Red Sashes, you stupid dick. Who do you think I got? And now he notices the box. The fuck is this? And one of the men's like, maybe you should open it. He goes, don't fucking touch it. Who the fuck got in there? And he puts his ear to it, like close to it, and Oi, open that. And he backs up out of the office, dragging his axe, and he shuts his office door. And he brings the other two, and the one who is Drew, the one that you guys know, he's like, all right. Now, what happens to Drew, no one really knows.
Did he like cabin in the woods scenario where there's just like literally just blood on the glass and you're just like, yep.
Did it? Not sure. Was he eaten immediately? Unsure. Was he possessed? No one knows. No one has seen Drew since that night. But less so what happened to Drew. We're here to talk about what happened to Groon. Groon wakes up and he is embedded in one of the metal walls of the slaughterhouse. He hears screams around him. He sees fire. One of his own men is running as he's like, get it off, get it off, get it off. And his men gets lifted up off the ground and you hear as he goes, no, 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 no. And they drop him into what appears to be a machine that they have started, and it's starting to grind. And he goes, no, no, please, no. And you can see the blood shit out of his room. Goes, holy shit. And the blood, as it showers out, you can see it start to shower and cover these invisible figures. And there's two of them dancing, and they begin to dance with each other in the blood of this man that is spewing out as they're kind of laughing. It looks like a man and a woman, and they are in beautiful garb as they dance with each other in the blood. And Groon goes, cocks, and he lifts his axe, rips out of the wall, and starts running. And as you can see the two dancing, they as he runs past, they go, ah! As they just start screaming in unison at him. And he goes, ah! As one of them comes hauling ass through one of the walls, just out of one of the walls, screaming at him. He takes a swipe with his axe, and you see it like, and the ghost doesn't die like it does with guns, but it like vanishes like, ow, shit, and runs away. He keeps going. One of his own men comes out and he's like, sir, please. He goes, ah, and chops his head off. He goes, shit, as he keeps running. He's panicked. Now you can see there is just death and destruction through his slaughterhouse. You hear the men screaming, panicked. You see one of his men goes, sir, I've got your back. And he goes, right, all right. And you can see the man's eyes glint as he and starts stabbing Groon in the back with two knives. And Groon goes, motherfuck, and slams him to the ground and just starts chopping him with the axe, desperate, breathless, as he's looking around. Men begin to escape. We see the outside of Groon's slaughterhouse as he runs to the front doors, kicks it open, and as he looks and sees some men scattering, he goes to step outside, and you see something dark, silent, but swift and fast sweep down, and a man is gone. And Groon. And you see, like, one of the men reaches the gate and he goes, sir, come on me. And he's gone. And Groon goes, not today. And he shuts the fucking doors. Not today. And a ghost comes, as he starts making his way, one of the ghosts comes hauling ass, and he fucking cuts its head off with the axe as it disperses, and he, not today. And he keeps fucking running. And you can see a door slam open to a dark stairwell. He starts making his way down the stairwell. As he reaches the bottom of the spiraling stairwell, a man's body just, and he goes, fuck, as the blood shoots all over him. This You have given Groon his own haunted house to walk through. You've given him a hell to experience. As he makes his way, he is walking down a long corridor, a knife wound in his back. As he is making his way, he finds one of his men unconscious, and he doesn't think anything of it because of the chaos that has ensued. He has his metal helmet on tight as he is making his way into the doorway, and he goes, right, chink. And he looks and sees a barrel. Is there any message that you left, Victor? Anything that you said on here?
How close can we be, just out of curiosity?
To the explosion?
Yeah.
So you don't want to be, I wouldn't say you'd want to be super close to a barrel of gunpowder. But I will say that if you're looking for an coup de grace, I'm going to give it to you.
I very much want to look at him as he turns and just wave.
Yeah.
From down the tunnel.
And from down the tunnel or whatever, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I will say...
Like I light a lighter.
Any...
Bye-bye.
As the fire explodes, erupting all over, as you guys are down in the tunnel with him, and it just boom blows the entire room to pieces. There's rubble, there's smoke, there's screaming coming from upstairs. Now, who's all down here? Are all of you down here, or is it just Grimalkin? Grimalkin
I
and
know
Evany?
Victor's down here with me, I hope.
Yeah, I have to be down there because I'm the one who said it.
Victor, Evany, you're staring at the stairwell, probably like waiting. They're really busy. They have a lot of meat right now, which is good. You can hear some of the machines whirring, and you're like, Grimalkin.
Yes.
You look at a job well, and through the rubble comes crawling on his hands and knees, Groon. The metal helmet you can see has been like ripped into by shrapnel, but it protected him from like a huge piece of metal that would have otherwise jammed into his skull and killed him. And he, and you can see he's bleeding from the eyes, the nose, his ears. He probably can't hear anything or see anything, you assume, as he's just like, I'll fucking kill you. I'll fucking kill you.
I would like to walk directly up to him.
As the sounds of your footsteps there, it's almost like the sounds outside's quiet as you're across the cement floor, as he just fucking kill you, grind your fucking bones, slit your fucking skin, fucking kill you. As he is just speaking of butchery and death. This man this is all he is, really, at this point. Pretty much probably you assumed ever. Just violence. Violence all packed into a big, meaty man. But this man is wounded. He still has one of the knives in his back as he's crawling. Just fucking kill you, but no axe in his hands. You can see that both of his legs are blown off as he is crawling.
Yeah, I'm going to walk right up to him, and as he's crawling, I'm going to kneel, and I'm going to very gently put my hand on his cheek. And then I'm going to whisper in his ear, "You're nothing but a stepping stone." And then pull the trigger.
Boom! And Groon is gone. Now, I think now is a good time to take our break.
I think that's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect timing.
Okay.
5-10 minute break, and then we'll meet back.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
We'll be back.
We'll be right back after these amazing messages from our sponsors, including Roll20, the ultimate virtual tabletop, which you can see right down here doing all this great rolling stuff for us. Okay, we'll be back in just a few. Eep. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. If you get a second during break, you should check out one of our amazing sponsors. We're now proudly sponsored by Roll20, the best virtual tabletop for all your role-playing needs. Over 4 million people use Roll20's virtual tabletop to power their favorite games. And with more modules than you can shake a stick at on their new revamped storefront, you'll definitely find something for your group to enjoy. Sign up today by clicking the link below or heading to roll20.net/start/WTTP. Tabletop Loot is an amazing place to get your dice bags, dice boxes, and more. And now you can get 15% off your purchase at tabletoploot.com by using the code WTTPDICE at checkout. Tabletop Loot. Your party starts here. While you're at it, check out our so awesome merch store, So Nerdware. So Nerdware is the place to find all your Welcome to the Party merch and other amazing stuff too. Head on over to sonerdware.com and use the code WELCOME at checkout to get 10% off your next purchase. So Nerdware. It's what the nerds wear. Devin Rue, the amazing mistress of maps, has kindly supported the channel since the beginning and provides graphics for many of our streams. Head on over to rueinc.com to check out some of the best fantasy cartography on the web. Our Patreon supports the creators and producers of the channel by providing Roll20 subscriptions, cost coverage for video hosting, and more. If you want to support the channel while getting podcasts a week early, gaming articles that are published on Patreon first, a shout out during our break, and more, head on over to patreon.com/welcomepartyrpg and throw us a buck or $5. And last, but certainly not least, help out the party. Subs and bits not only support the stream, but also every 500 bits or a tier 1 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a reroll or system equivalent, and every 1000 bits or tier 2 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a crit or system equivalent. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. The game will be back in just a few minutes.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Blades in the Dark. Last we left off, you had made your way through the city, infiltrated Groon's slaughterhouse, the headquarters of the Billhooks, and caused quite a massive amount of damage by placing a ghost bomb in there on the worst night, which is All Harrows Eve, forcing many of his men to flee into the city, probably to die, and other men to be torn apart by ghosts within the slaughterhouse itself, fed to many of the machines that they fed people to in their life. Groon himself, having little recourse given the fact that this night is what it is, decided to use his safe room and bunker down for the week. As he headed down the tunnel and just spit a little bit. As he headed down the tunnel and into his safe room, he triggered the mechanism that Victor and Grimalkin had placed, blowing him up,
Victor,
but not killing him. As he crawled from the rubble, cursing and kind of gurgling to himself, missing legs and mortally wounded, Grimalkin walked up to him calmly, knelt down, and said, "You are merely a stepping stone," and put a bullet between Groon's eyes, killing him instantly. Was that from the pocket pistol?
Yeah, absolutely from the pocket pistol.
Yeah. So just like...
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Groon now lays dead. The slaughterhouse is a bit of a mess above you, and you did well to shut the only other exit from this building. But I'm interested on what is the game plan for you guys to make your way? Are you making your way back towards the school? What is the goal?
I have two questions.
Yes.
Is his polearm still usable?
His
axe.
His axe?
Yes.
So it's not a polearm. It is just a large like a wood cutting axe is what.
I thought it was like a halberd. Okay.
No.
Is
He
his
just
wood
uses like a
cutting
big
axe still usable?
So as you sort of sift through the rubble to look for it, you actually see it embedded in the concrete wall, seemingly unhurt from this massive explosion. The blade is still hot, and as you kind of get near it, you can see it. He definitely had this thing like enchanted or something. The thing's a beast.
Yes, I would like to pull it out of the wall.
Okay, you go to rip it out of the wall. And then it comes out.
Okay. And then I toss it to Victor.
All right, it's heavy and unwieldy as fuck in your hands.
Yeah.
Victor, feels kind of good. You now have a fucking claymore and a big wood cutting axe.
He hands it to Grimalkin. Trade.
For what? What? The claymore?
Mm-hmm.
It is a warden weapon.
I don't know how to use one of these.
Okay, he takes it back, hands it to Ebony.
No, wait! I'll learn how to use it.
Takes it back.
Victor is a simple man. You said no. I think
You said no.
So you
take this. If no use, I will melt it down.
It's a little unwieldy, but yeah, it's there, and it is a warden weapon. So at the very least, Grimalkin, it's worth a good penny to the right person.
Yes.
Or it's a great keepsake for the night. That axe, Victor, you don't know pretty much. I don't know if you know anything about like enchanted shit. That thing just whoops some ass. It looks like it whoops some ass.
I will experiment. Also, good handle, very balanced.
It is very good in your hands. Ooh, it feels nice.
Yeah, actually, he does like a few
shit.
little few parlor tricks with it. He's like, oh, really balanced.
Mm-hmm.
And then my second question.
Yes.
Is there anything on the body?
So he wasn't a bomb, and he exploded.
But he was also
a little
covered
bit.
in metal.
I would say.
Just saying.
We definitely took anything inside that safe room out already that was valuable.
Yeah. It's like provisions and stuff. So I'm gonna say on his person, he doesn't have any money because he was going out to a fight. What you do find is a large amount of large knives are on him, kind of hidden. Some looks like, some things look like it was like sheaths for other knives that are now gone because he was in a big combat. He does appear to have a couple of these vials of powder on him. It's not the
Yoink.
sleep stuff. Yep, not the sleep stuff. Something else. His own personal stash. I'd add 3 vials of Groon's stash to your,
Dear.
and just go ahead and, in the right moment, maybe snort those, figure out what those do.
Oh, I
Anywho,
mean, I won't, but I'm sure someone else will.
that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think
once
what else
Rogan's
Grun would
done,
have
and
on
kind of steps out of the way. Victor immediately chops Grun's head off.
Oh, I was going to ask you to do that. Perfect. Same wavelength.
Well, I just want to make sure he's extra dead.
Yes, we're
You
going to
know
bring the
how-
head with us.
Oh,
Overkill.
Hanging head of Grun.
Hello.
Are
What's
we
going
down there
on?
too? Are all of us down there, or just the 3 of them?
If you all want to be down there, you can be. Sure.
Shoot the body with the other gun.
Blam!
Thank you.
Welcome.
Do you mean
Smart.
John Irons' gun?
Yeah.
Yes.
Grimalkin, as you fire John Irons' gun into the body,
Mm-hmm.
you see as you see what appeared to be light blue turning reddish particles just kind of as now Grun's soul is also dead.
Jesus.
Good.
Welcome to Duskwall, man. You kill somebody, they come back. That's the whole point.
yeah.
So he's now double dead. You guys killed him twice.
Yay.
Does that mean we double
X. No. So he is now dead as fuck, and there is the sounds of carnage above you, only growing worse as the city around you is going mad.
Are we safer to just stay here until morning?
No.
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 No, it's only gonna get worse.
Right. So we have to try and get back then.
Tomorrow's worse.
We've got to get back to Coney Island. All the gangs of Dustfall are after us.
Okay.
Come back to play!
Just thinking we have to
Basically-
escape from New York, but
Can
Yes,
you dig it? Sorry, it's like
Basically,
literally one of my favorite movies of all time.
I started this.
we stopped for nothing.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
now then, the plan, ladies and gentlemen, as you have a base of operation, chaotic as it may be, you know the layout of at least this place and the city around it. Are we doing streets? Are we doing rooftops? Are we doing tunnels? Are we doing waterways? Are we doing ghost stores?
We are not doing ghost
Fuck
stories.
no.
Do ghost stories.
You want us to do them so bad, but
That's not
no.
happening.
want you to die so bad. So do whatever you. Where? How do you guys choose? What's the game plan here that you are gonna go? So I have an idea.
I would say probably alleyways again, just to.
Streets then. Yep, streets.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
rooftops, some of y'all might have issues with. So.
Yeah.
What
Streets-
about the flaming horse thing?
Oh,
We don't go to Main Street.
well,
Right. We stay off the main roads.
I mean, it's a
there's-
big city.
Plenty of things around.
So, what are we doing?
You're all in charge of this.
Going home.
Going, yeah,
All right,
Well, I know you're going
we go along the streets.
Okay,
yeah.
streets it is. Now, making your way out of the slaughterhouse, making your way because you want to be down that tunnel,
through the
making your way out. You guys make your way up the spiral staircase to the main floor of the slaughterhouse. As you are rising or going up the spiral staircase, you come to I'm gonna say Scarlet. Let's say you're in the front, right? As you
Actually, I'd be in the front because I've got the sensor.
Now that's good. Are you?
That's a good idea.
Waving it around? Hell yeah. So as you kind of wave it around, you get to the top of the stairs, and the door was smashed open by Groon because he kicked it open in his fury. And as you enter the slaughterhouse, you can see just walking across the floor appears to be a person, flesh and blood, and he's like, and he kind of turns to you, and you see him. And he just hits the ground with blood seeping from his body as you just
nope, keep going.
As you start walking past him, you can see his body start to move, and you can see
blam.
as you walk, none of that shit.
Gonna nope straight out of this, yeah.
As you fire, it sounds like the screams are more so outside the city. There are still machinery, making noise and some screams within the building. You hear like people running on rafters, kind of and as you guys make your way hurriedly towards, I assume, the front door of the exit, you can look behind you, or actually, no, I'm sorry, outside on the main thoroughfare. As you go towards the front door, two ghosts, it appears, were trying to jump an ambush, waiting for people to exit. But as you're swinging the smoke around, they kind of and they kind of are swatting it away from them as you're and swinging this fucking smoke around, and they don't seem to like it, and they kind of trail you for a little bit. But as you swing it, they sort of lose interest because there's more flesh and more meat inside. As they go in, you guys begin to hurriedly make your way across this front sort of it's like a parking lot, I guess, I don't know, of this slaughterhouse. And as you guys do, the light from this the blood moon that's out tonight, you see overhead a shadow goes over all of you as you're making your way through the mist.
Hell no.
So as you haul ass another, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do we get? Of course we get a 6. You son of a bitch game. 1, 2. Sparrow, as you are making your way across, suddenly you're about 5 feet off the ground. You're about 10 feet off the ground. What do you do?
I just bamf.
You ghost?
I ghost.
Okay, you and ghost, and you can see as you ghost and you fall, you're looking up and you can see the large black wingspan, just pitch dark like the night itself, and just the face of the two large bulbous red eyes look down as you fall, and it kind of cocks its head huh? As you so as you guys are running, Sparrow is gone, and then you see Sparrow falling and you still have all your stuff, but
because it's too stressed to do that.
Oh, so you land and you're fine. You guys keep running as it sort of circles around, and you can see it start to circle around the slaughterhouse, waiting for more people to escape. You sort of confused it. You make your way towards the streets. Now, as you make your way to the streets, you can see what appears to be on the left-hand side. You see what appears to be wardens fighting off more of what looks like those fledgling vampires, and you can see as they're carving out carving up the fucking shit out of them, and you see one of them looks over, one of the wardens looks over, and it's like, do any of you need help?
No, we're good. Bye.
All right, then get to fucking safety, all right? We don't have time for this shit. And he fucking lops off the head of one of them as and he goes, fucking fletchling, I hate these cocksucking things. And he's starting to beat him to death as you guys start making your way through.
Working on it. Run, run, run.
You come to one of the crossroads, and as you get to one of the crossroads of the streets, pulling out in front of you is a large wagon. The wagon has a rider, or a driver. He was dressed in a top hat and a long coat. He has these sort of sickly green lights, lanterns on each side.
That's a no for me, dog.
And the windows are dark red to the carriage. And he looks and he goes, you can't really see his face as he's sort of hunched with the jacket. And he goes, "Do you need a ride?"
Yeah, we're good.
Thank you.
But
a kind of calming presence in this area and around this person. He goes, "Are you sure? It's a dark and terrible night."
I think I'm pretty good.
Holding my gun as we continue moving.
So you guys just slowly make your way past this man. He just sits there. He doesn't come after you. He doesn't
Pistol
do
in
anything.
one hand, claymore in the other.
Yeah. As you begin to make your way, and he simply tips your hat. "A jumpy bunch, as you should be," and whips as he continues to make his way. Do I need to look back at the carriage as it leaves?
No!
Victor does.
Victor, as all of you leave, Victor, you look back, and in the back of the carriage, you see what appears to be a person, like a man, pressed up against one of the dark red windows and just staring at you. His eyes begin to get more and more sunken in, and it looks as though his face is melting as he just... and his mouth begins to open exceedingly wide before you feel too terrified to continue looking at whatever that is in the back of that carriage. And you, nope, and you continue down the way with with his axe. But it leaves. So you guys continue. Now, Scarlet, you notice this. Nobody else does. Scarlet, as you guys make your way down a street, very quietly and very quickly, something is heading straight at you from one of the rooftops. Hauling ass. It looks like, number of them. Couple from this side, couple from this side. Something is ambushing you. Evany, you didn't feel any of this. You didn't notice this. You hear what sounds like clothing billowing in the wind and what sounds like wires, like metal. What do you do? They're coming.
I'm gonna ready my gun, ready my rifle, toss my spyglass on real fast, take a look, get ready to fire.
Okay, not enough time for the spyglass, but you flip the rifle out, and as you look, you see dark figures, cloaks. Looks like they were using grapples to like zip around. Crows. These are crows, and it looks like they are jumping down at you. You're not sure if they're hostile or not. Do you shoot?
With them being crows, I'm just gonna keep my weapon drawn, ready to fire, but not.
So as you guys are making your way, boom, a couple of crows begin to land, and they stand up. You can see the dark cloaks kind of billow around them, their dark eyeliner, and their black fingernails, and lots of tattoos.
I'll say, go find some easier marks.
We don't want easier marks. And you see one of them pulls their hood up over their head, and you can see that it is, I believe their name is Rorik. It is the leader of the crows. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, darn. See, this is what happens when I just use the pre-made stuff. Okay, hold on. I got it. Hold on, I got it.
Because the crows were out to kidnap people and steal a diamond.
Yes, they were out to kidnap people. Oh, I got it. Rorik, yes. Okay, I thought so. I got it right the first time. Fuck. All right, so it is Rorik, and you see it's a man. He's got shaved sides of his head, kind of slicked back at the top, all kind of gelled, and he has what appears to be a like dagger paint, like tattooed right here, like towards his eye. And he goes, "I want to know where he is."
Well, who? Well,
No,
who
who
is?
Who?
We honestly don't. Maroon?
No, not fucking Groon. I don't give a shit about Groon.
Good.
I mean, wait, why? What happened to Groon?
Nothing.
Don't worry about it.
Technically, no, I think we should tell them.
Well, fine.
Victor actually just like kind of has like the axe just casually
Hold up the head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys hold. You guys
Hold the head of a
hold
rival
up.
mob boss.
God, now it's making me think back to.
We do jobs.
Alright.
to-
If you ever
Okay.
need some work done, let us know.
I fucking will not. Where's Derek? You fucks.
Who the hell is
Who's Derek?
Derek?
What?
Derek,
Wait.
lone wolf.
Who? What?
Who?
That's a terrible name.
During one of the
Really is.
during the message, the whole fucking city was looking for the message.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Derek goes fucking missing, and I hear that you were in the house where he went missing. You and a bunch of badgers.
Oh.
Now you're showing me Groom's head, and I'm
Oh.
betting a copper to a
Well-
gold that was a fucking job for the badgers. Now where the fuck is Derek?
You would have to ask Snow that, my dear.
But I'm not asking Snow. I'm asking
We
you.
don't know.
Okay, look. Just because we are known associates of the Badgers does not mean we do everything for the Badgers. Yes, we were also pursuing the message the night, the same as everyone else was. That doesn't mean that we know where every person is who was looking around that night for the same freaking message. And I would like to
No.
roll consort.
Okay. Go right ahead.
Risky standard?
I would say that this is risky standard, yeah.
Okay. Boip, boip, boip. 5.
Okay, not bad, not bad. He listens to what you're saying. All right, then you tell me what happened to him that fucking night. Or
Oh,
you
yes.
tell me where the fuck I can find Snow tonight.
Well, I mean,
We have no idea.
Yeah, as well you know, if we knew where Snow was when he told you he would kill us, and that's ridiculous. Yes, we had about a 5-minute interaction with him that night. We were in the same place looking for the same piece of the message when another group of people came in. We got in a fight and then went on our separate ways.
Fuck.
There was a lot of, people running into people all evening.
Yeah,
I
fucking know
was
it.
fixing pipes.
He was cleaning pipes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll get you meaning. Jesus.
He was masturbating.
He was.
I was.
He was
elsewhere.
definitely just chronically all night. It was terrible. It was terrible. He has a terrible affliction.
And you tell me where the fuck I can find Snow tonight. Where?
Probably
You're doing
in
a
his
fucking
territory.
job for him. I know it.
No, we're
He
not
hates you more
doing.
than anyone.
No.
Actually,
No,
this was
no.
mostly for
This was for us.
Groon called us
Pleasure.
his dogs.
Yes.
We're not dogs.
No.
Woof, woof, woof.
Also, we didn't like him.
He was a bastard.
Yeah, that.
But now there's new territory to fight over. Congratulations!
If you move quickly, you can probably claim a large bunch of it.
You're the first to know.
You are.
True.
That's not bad. That's not
You can
bad.
say it's a clearinghouse.
All right. Or
I
I'll
just-
tell you what.
I'll give you an extra tip if you let us go. Don't go near their butchers. Just, I would
Don't
stay
do
away
it.
from there for a little while.
Yeah, don't go to the
The slaughterhouse, yes.
slaughterhouse.
Yes.
It's a little messy
Did you
in a lot of
fucking?
ways.
Did
Yeah.
you fucking do that? And
What?
he points, and you guys look, being farther away from it and looking back now, you can see what appears to be a ton of light blue things swimming all around the slaughterhouse.
Those
You
two.
created a fucking beacon for these fucking things.
And
Yeah,
then
don't
Victor
go
kind
there.
of looks over. He's
Yeah,
like,
don't go there.
"Oh, looks very pretty."
Does.
All right, fine. I'll tell you what. I'll take your tips. And next I'm talking to fucking Snow. And whatever you
Enjoy.
meet him next, you tell him I'm fucking coming for Derek. Because no one fucks with
Derek.
Derek. And no one fucks with the fucking crows. You got it?
I respect that. I think that's an excellent policy. I fuck with no one. Except this guy. Hello. Hello.
That's disgusting.
No.
How about you get the fuck out of... Now, in the middle of him speaking, you see him go, what the fuck? And he gets hit with something and flies that way. Rorik, the head of the crows, as he goes, "Ah!" and his screams are cut short as he suddenly disappears. That's not the right word. Most of him disappears. You see arms and one arm and two legs still sticking out, and you hear this sickening crunch. Sparrow, you see a small silver dagger floating in the air under where his body. You see the blood of Rorik drip down, kind of...
I do not want that dagger back. Let's run.
Giving form to something, and you hear...
Are the rest of those crows here? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, they...
Would you all like a new job? You can come with us.
Come with us.
Come with us. Come with us. We know what we're doing. Come on. Come with us.
Congrats, you're hired.
Hear...
Aim for the dagger.
Shit.
All of you.
You see them all whip out. Some of them have crossbows. Some of them have guns. As they're...
Stop fighting and come on.
No, let them fight. Let's go.
Shoot. So you guys begin to run, as well as a good couple of the crows. One of the crows stands back and he has a rifle, and he goes, "Come on, you!" And you hear as he just becomes like a smear on the ground. Just and
as we're running. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
As you can see the blood, as you look back now, there is blood on what appears to be a hand, like a large clawed hand, and blood down a face, as well as some of the silver across the like top of the face and the eyes, kind of giving form to this sort of reptilian sort of head, almost like crocodile-like, but crocodile mixed with a lizard. As it's just coming down the street towards you. Yes, Grimulka.
All right, I want to do a couple of things really quick. As
Yes.
we're running, I want to look back at the other crows who are running with us and be like, I just want to let you know we provide incredibly fair wages. And when you work with us, you'll have a place to live that is both above ground and well fed. And then I pull my my gun out and I try and shoot this thing as we're...
With yes.
Victor's just gonna throw a grenade
Yeah.
into the back.
You guys, so I'm just gonna say you guys are peppering the shit out of it, like trying to shoot it. As you're like bang bang, that's it. And one of you guys just continue to run. And some of them are like, one of the crows catches up to you and he goes, "Do you guys do dental?"
Yes, of course.
Really, that's incredible.
I mean, we know people. Come on.
Well, shit, you know, I've always wanted to... As you guys continue to run,
Well, at
eventually,
least we don't have to worry about payroll for a while.
eventually, it seems like the creature gets like slows down,
Because his
and you see it
tummy's full.
stop. Well, kind of. It's been eating, and it stops, and it looks towards a building,
It's bigger fish. It's
And
bigger
it-
fish.
and it makes its way that way. Just whatever the fuck it's doing. You can see as it turns. Well, I guess you could have seen them the whole time. There's a couple of swords, warden weapons stuck in it as it's bleeding this sort of fluorescent goo, and it continues towards the building. You guys now have yourselves, as well as about 4 crows, I would say, are with
That's
you.
like a little crow.
Yeah, and they seem like they're like, I can't believe, is he fucking dead? Should we go back and look?
Hey, look at me!
He's
Look at me!
fucking
Look at
dead.
me! Look at me! We're very good at this. As you can see, we're still alive and none of us have gotten grabbed. Follow
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Follow our lead. Ebony, Scarlet, Sparrow, and Victor all happen to be quite good at the whole mystical weirdness. I follow their lead and stuff like this. Follow their lead and you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right.
Holy
Good.
shit! I just didn't expect him to die like that. What the fuck is this?
Well, we're gonna go drink. There'll be lots of drinking and everything will be okay. Okay?
Okay.
All right, good.
yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
All right. Fuck. As they, whether they're joining your crew or not, they just want to look for safety right now.
Oh, no,
and
they're
that,
joining our
That has
crew.
them shook. Okay.
Spend like a day with Grimalkin and they're on our crew.
That's true. Grimalkin knows all he needs to do is get them drinking with him, and he's good. They're good. They're
Yes.
helping the other side, and you have Brandon on your team who can help. So,
Yes.
as you guys make your way down, you see through a couple of more streets. The chaos is growing. You are now seeing what appears to be there are more doors that have been busted into windows that have been broken in. You see one of the doors that is smashed into a home, and you just hear screaming from inside. And as you hear screaming, somebody comes blasting out of one of the windows and falls to the ground. And you can see that he has what appears to be this small creature on him. It has sort of like a kind of bug eyes, sharp little claws, sharp teeth, and it's small and kind of hunched over, and just going on his like, neck, on his neck, as it, and one of the crows goes, those things usually eat goats, and he keeps going, and it just runs, it stands up and runs into an alleyway waving its sharp little hands. It doesn't seem to want to hurt you. It's just
chupacabra?
It's a fucking chupacabra. To an alleyway, and you hear a goat scream. I don't know. As you guys make your way down the street, you're hauling ass, and you see up ahead, you hear the sounds of battle, and you can see what appears to be wardens fighting something big, furry, and as it paws one of the wardens and takes his head clean fucking off, and some of the others are like, Jesus Christ, as they're like and like firing into it. One of them hacks into its side with a sword, and it grabs that one, picks it up, and in like not pulls him but like twists him, like just, you know what I mean, like twists his spine, and then pops him and just goes and throws the two pieces down, and it just, and as he roared like that, some of the other wardens kind of fell back. It was almost like this noise that emanated from him. Do you want to fight this thing? Do you want to find another way?
No.
Unless there is a glowing red spot
on its body, that means it's a weakness. Yeah. But here's the thing. Hold on. There's a large group of you. There's crows, but crows are silent. 5. You're not sure if it noticed you or not. Not obvious. It was kind of busy. So you guys cut off into an alleyway. Yes.
Throw down a potion of silence.
I like that.
Whoa.
Very good.
Yep. It is something that's been on my sheet. It's a lurk specific item. Silence potion vial.
Well, let me tell you that now cinches it. It does not know that you were there. As you tell everybody, and you drip the water, and as you do, you can't even hear your own footsteps as you make your way. It's almost like it creates like a cloud of magic. It's not visible, but it's like a dome of magical silence as you make your way into the alleyway. You guys are in the alleys. You're safer. You have a group of crows with you. You begin to make your way. You reach one of the other streets, and you see what appears to be... Actually, I think that would be... Yes. You approach one of the other streets, and you hear what sounds like fighting. Swords. Sword fighting and gunfire. But no monster roars. It's people. There's people fighting. And the crows... Oh, the crows would know this because this is their shit.
It's the sashes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They go, it sounds like red sashes. Them and the calls is supposed to be fighting tonight.
Let them.
Yeah, I don't care.
No problem.
Let's.
All right, well, we can probably just fuck on past.
Well, then let's fuck on past.
So as you guys fuck on past, they really don't pay you any mind as they're fighting. You can see what appears to be in the epicenter of the fight. You can see what looks like the leader of the Red Sashes and the leader of the Corvs, Merciful Mishka, as they are clashing with swords. And you can see that, the leader of the Red Sashes has this beautiful sword that looks very much like the other Red Sashes sword. Merciful Mishka has her own sword, and you recognize it immediately. Ebony, I would say you recognize it the most because you were interested in it, and Sparrow, you recognize it the most because you were handling it. You gave that to Snow as a job. He said, wrap it up as a gift. It is now in Mishka's hands as she is sword fighting the leader of the Red Sashes with it. Nice. You guys make your way past, ignoring that shit because that has nothing to do with you.
Unless you want to lightning bolt someone.
Not really. Not right now.
As we go by,
yes,
I will yell, if anyone needs help consolidating power after this, just let us know. And I keep running.
Phantoms!
Hello, goodbye.
Hello, goodbye.
I just see us later, like just compelling a ghost to be a billboard plane where it's just like has like a banner says "Hire the join the Phantoms today."
I'm
sign
doing
spinner
something
ghost.
very specific, by the way. Knowing that there's only gangs out here tonight,
True.
I'm being as loud about us as possible to build our
yeah.
rep.
Hell
right?
yeah.
I'm doing it
Yeah.
on purpose. Yeah.
What you're doing, what you just did is a very big deal.
Yeah.
And rep is coming.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I like it. Now, the way
Treat
that
it
you
like
would
a
need to go,
fox.
the street that you need to go on, there seems to be a collapsed burning building on it. There is a couple of different paths that you can take in order to continue your journey. You can go through around the alleyway where that building is destroyed and kind of try to get to the quicker route, but it's a little dangerous, because of the debris and whatever did that. You could try to backtrack and circle around. This wouldn't be towards where the werewolf was. Spoiler, it was a werewolf. But,
Really? With the howling and the
But it would be. It would be.
I had
through-
no idea.
But it would be through one of the water gardens where they house eels. So you can go through a water garden that houses eels. You can try to go around the burning building. You could try to cut through the fight where the red sashes are fighting, but you don't have to do that. Or you can try to go through another building that does seem to be open and can lead you back out to the other side where the burning building led you.
Manhole.
And
Or
I'm
you can
sorry,
always do
you
tunnels.
Yeah,
Oh, tunnels are always
tunnels.
an option. Okay, so we choose
we
tunnels.
have maps. We
Back
have
underground.
maps.
We have the maps.
So we're
Follow
going back
us.
underground.
crows to the whatever. Let's go.
Oh, okay. So you guys begin to and make your way down in the tunnels. You know your way around here. The dark, it's dark as fuck, but I'm sure you guys have some sort of lanterns with you.
Night vision.
The crows are running behind you. The sounds of your footsteps on the cobblestone as you guys are hurriedly making your way through. As you do, you hear suddenly and abruptly
Not that big.
and one of the crows
Oh.
begins to scream, and you hear this as he hits the ground, and he rolls
I would
on his
like to
back
make
as
a
he's pulling
flashback.
back. Yes.
Because I want to protect my new crew.
Okay. All right. You like your
Yeah.
crows.
So I don't have anything specific in mind yet, so I'm just triggering the event to save my peeps from whatever this horrible thing is.
Okay. I'll
Um,
tell you what. I'll give you an idea. You
Hmm.
had already experienced this creature. You know that this thing is down here in this sewers. Like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
hunting whatever makes noise.
Yeah.
So you could have probably warned them ahead of time. When you hear the laughter, when you hear the laughter, run and jump. It's
Yeah.
like the only thing I can
Yeah.
think. Like,
Well, but
when you
here's
hear
what I
the
would like
laughter,
to
watch your feet.
do is knowing that we have to navigate these tunnels.
Mhm.
I have had a number of things commissioned for me, a number of gadgets commissioned for me.
Okay.
One of which is a small spinning bladed disc
I like it.
that I will chuck when I hear that laughter towards the laughter.
Okay.
In order to, it probably won't kill it.
Well,
But the
attempt
point of all
to
of
sever
these
the
things
arms
is to
or the
like
head.
the arms, like just it's to hurt it enough to ward it off. None of this stuff, all of my stuff is subtle, so none of it would be like I blow your head off. It would be like I do this thing that makes you run away. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I think because you acquired like a really cool item, I would say that's probably 2 stress though
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
for this dope saw disc.
Sure.
What does it look like?
So did you ever watch Krull? The movie Krull.
I did
Oh,
not,
yeah.
but I really wanted
That
to.
yes,
Okay.
I know what you're referring
So
to
there
now.
are like these triple bladed. They kind of come out, like a tri-scale where it's like coming out of it.
Yeah.
And so it's like 3 curved blades coming out of this center thing.
I can't remember what
Except-
that's called.
It's a
I don't know.
glaive.
A glaive,
Yeah.
a glaive, yes.
It
Yeah.
is not a glaive. A glaive is
I
a kind of
it's
sword.
not
I
a
know
glaive, it's
because
a
I had to
chakra.
look it up.
Right?
But this is
The type of
spring loaded,
chakra.
so
Yeah.
that it normally just looks like a relatively large coin.
Oh,
Because
the
everything I
glaive.
have should look fucking normal when I use it. Right.
Okay, yeah, I like
So
it.
this is just a, and I chuck it in there, and it has a little bit of self-propulsion to it, probably only a few seconds. Like everything,
just enough to
yeah,
like nail
everything is
somebody.
just enough, right? Nothing
Gotcha.
is overdone. Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
So as the laughing man grabs onto one of the crow's
Hell
legs
no!
and begins to sizzle you as you launch it. Now you notice this is the same arm that you guys shot before.
Mhm.
Perfect working order now.
Sure.
So this thing regenerates, whatever it is. You throw the disc,
of
and
course.
it goes through its wrist and into its right eye. Hard to really make out any distinguishing features. But as it continues and continues to laugh as the crow kind of fell, gets back up on its
Get
feet,
up and
and he's
run!
limping like, oh fuck, and you can see this man missing an arm is walking still, but it's almost like he's walking down here, and this part of him is just sizzling through the floor. It's like and just it's just back there, just his head and shoulders down on the ground, making its way towards you.
How do I shoot
And
it?
it's-
Can I shoot it?
Sure, good.
I'm just terrified of this thing.
Yeah, I hate it too. It's pretty gross.
Whiskey standard?
I would say desperate. Desperate.
It depends on what gun you're using too.
I mean-
What gun are you using?
Oh, I'm
John
using
Irons.
John's gun.
John's gun. Fuck
Okay.
yeah. So desperate standard. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna use a reroll
Okay.
because that's ridiculous. I
It
mean,
is
it's not.
ridiculous.
It's statistically normal, but shut up.
Eh.
It's disadvantageous.
Hey, there we
we
go.
go.
There we
There
go.
you go.
As you and you fire as it and fires through its head and out the back as it goes and it seems to walk in circles now. You seem to have confused it. It's
that's
still
all.
laughing.
Sure.
This part and all back here is just blown out,
Yeah.
but he's just laughing and walking in circles. You seem to have disoriented him.
Excellent. This is
Okay.
not terrifying at all. Let's go.
Just the laughter grows quieter and quieter as you make your way through the tunnels. The crows are a little panicked. They just lost their leader, and that happened. And as you guys are making your way through, you actually, I think you're more or less almost.
Laughing
done.
Man was the first thing we saw.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
things move around. but-
Yeah, very true.
But I do believe that for the most part, yeah, and you guys ignored that one, which was rude. The weeping lady. Okay.
Oh,
So-
the travesty.
Oh, no.
Sad.
I will say, the tunnel that you must go down, the tunnel that you know that you must go towards, Ebony, you can feel large number. It's a lot of something that way. Not an obscene amount. You can handle it, but it's probably going to hurt. But you do sense there are spirits, you think, down there. And you can hear like chattering teeth and like,
I put on my mask.
Like I imagine your mask has just been on forever, pretty much this whole.
Yeah.
All right, but you hear like sort of weeping and like giggling and chattering and just the sounds of madness, hungering madness that these things just sort of embody. Now you guys can go that way, or you can circle around, pop back up to the street, and make one more street stint back to the school.
We should go
Or
back
fight
up
your-
the street.
Yeah, I vote street.
Fine.
I mean, unless you want to go play with that thing.
Well, it's a bunch of things.
Well, yeah, but
Listen to your experts. Street.
Me and my
Okay.
boys vote the streets.
So you guys choose not to fight the ghosts and instead climb up the
Mhm.
streets. As you guys climb up. Uh-oh.
Oh,
So
shit.
as you
Oh,
guys climb up,
Can we
you
get a
climb up
reroll in that? No.
this- One of the crows is the last as he begins to climb. Oh, Grimulkin, I just want to eat those boys. I want to
No,
eat your
I will
boys.
protect them. I will protect them.
As he begins to climb, you hear, no, please, no. And you see him look and he goes, oh God, and he starts climbing, and you see what appears to be rushing him and grabbing onto his waist appears to be this man, a young man, probably like late teens, and he has what appears to be like a metal rod through his head, and he grabs onto the man.
I remember that guy from way earlier.
Yeah.
From like one of our first gigs. He was one of the with a metal rod through his head.
The one that was yelling at you guys because you were
Oh
being
yeah,
loud?
Yeah, that was a nice callback.
Yep.
And
I can expend special armor to protect anyone once per gig.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah?
going to
Protect this
expend.
man.
Yes,
Okay.
I need to prove to them that they're my boys.
Okay. I will say you probably shout down, or you probably toss your spirit charm down to him for him to.
Yes.
So
Good
he as you toss it, you're like catch, and he and slams it onto the thing's head, and it goes no, you're too loud, as he walks away, and the guy, Jesus, and he climbs up and he kicks the manhole back over and just, thank you.
You're welcome. Come on, this is how we treat our people. Come.
This is faster than the recruitment video.
You guys make your way down the street. The last thing, the final thing, is a carriage waiting. And at first you're like, motherfucker, but it has no special. Actually, it has one of the things that you have, Sparrow, one of those smoke spewing things. It has, I would say, probably 2 or 4 of them on the carriage itself. And sitting on the carriage, just waiting, is Snow.
Throw the head at him and let's go.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. You got something for me?
Oh wait, you have the head, Ebony. I don't have the head.
Well, look at fucking that. Now, he is pretty much alone. There is just whoever is in that carriage, and him. And he hops off. And he walks home. Now, Ebony, you're holding the head?
Hmm?
No, I don't fucking think so. You hand it to him.
Oh, all right.
Oh, honestly, Snow.
You're on thin fucking ice. And he takes the head and he looks at it. Yeah.
You can make it talk.
I made a nice clean cut for you.
Yeah, you did.
More info for a coin.
This is pretty big info. I think we should get more than 1 coin out of it.
Mm.
You get 1. What is it?
For 1, there is another dead boss out there. For 2, you get to know who it is.
For 3, we'll tell you where.
Not that you probably want to go there.
Yeah, I don't think where will help me out too much.
Yeah.
Until the cleanup starts.
By now, there's probably not much left of him. Bodies don't last long here. They usually get snatched up. Vampires and the like.
There wasn't much left.
I want somebody to persuade him. Somebody sway him. Or consort him, or whatever.
I will consort him.
Somebody roll to make him accept
What am
this
I
deal.
attempting to convince him of?
To
That
pay
we're not-
you for this info.
Look, you've been
Not
through
look
a
at
lot
the
of
4
shit.
guys standing
on a-
directly behind
Yeah,
us.
hey, I'm building up to it. All right? I go, look, we've been through a lot of shit that will behoove both of us tonight. As you can see, we have done the thing. And then I point off in the distance to the giant blue glowing mass of ghosts, and we have done it very, very well. We've been through the sewers. We've fought all sorts of nasty beasts. We have a piece of information for you. It's a good piece of information. I think you'll like it. And I have corroboration. And I point at my boys.
Survivors.
So I'm guessing it's one of 2 bosses that died.
Guys everywhere.
What?
We have spies everywhere.
Yeah, I'm aware. You live in a house full of them.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, I'll tell you what.
You want me to
tell
roll?
me. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Actually,
It's
yes.
up to you, babe.
No, go ahead. I
Risky.
want you guys to roll for this to try to get him to pay for,
Risky standard?
controlled standard.
Controlled
He's
standard.
Yeah, he's not really.
He's
Angry
not
at
going to
you.
kill us over asking
That's
for
6,
money.
baby.
That's a 6.
All right, I'll tell you what. How about this?
What?
I'll pay you
Yeah.
1 coin.
Right.
You tell me who and how. I'm already guessing it's between 2 people because 2 people run the Crows.
I didn't work on all of this to get paid 1 coin.
You're not getting paid 1 coin for me, Grimulk, and if you remember, I'm going to pay you a fucking shit ton for Groom's head. And that coin is coming by week's end. But
Wait.
I'm going to have to wait for this shit to blow over. But do believe, rest assured, all of you are getting 4 coin apiece for this night. Now, I'll throw you another coin. You tell me if Rorik or Lissa?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Rorik or Lissa, which one of them bit it and how?
Rorik. Big, scary death beast.
Invisible crocodile.
Of
Radiant
doom.
blood.
Oh, the fucking lizard. I hate that fucking thing. All right. Very well. Oh, you see Snow, too, by the way, has just like a skull face painted on his face. What I was wearing the other day. That's what he's got going on. Right. Well, that's worth it, I think. Hold on. And he goes over to the carriage, opens it. Excuse me. And he reaches in and then closes the carriage. He tries to make sure that none of you can really see inside.
I was about to ask, is there any way I could maybe see who's in there?
Go ahead. What would you roll to do so?
Study.
I would roll a survey.
Okay. Yeah. Survey. Okay, you roll a survey. Grimalkin, you roll a study.
I mean, I'll let Sparrow roll. I don't have to roll everything.
Yeah, and if you'd like to assist me, I'll take
will.
it.
I'll give you my other free +1 die. Because this
Yay.
feels story important.
Controlled or standard? Because I know they're smuggling 3 people.
This would be. This would be risky, actually. Risky standard.
Okay. And an extra die.
Yep.
I'm very observant. And I got 2 4s.
Do you want to use a
Okay.
reroll? We got a reroll left.
Do you want to use a reroll?
Yeah.
I'll pick the higher of whatever your reroll is, because I think this is interesting too.
Yes, then.
Okay. Usually, see, I'm kind of surprised. Usually, you guys are like, I don't fucking care, whatever. But
Yes,
you
but-
actually want to look at the. Okay, yeah. Go ahead, reroll that shit
With an extra die.
with an extra die.
Hey,
Double sixes.
Crit.
Crit. Okay, with 2 1s and 2 6s. Nice. Here's what you see. As he goes over to do that, you have silently moved over to try to get a better vantage point almost the whole conversation. He wasn't really focused on you. He was focused on Grimalkin. And you do notice he has had basically Evany in his peripheral vision the whole time. Like he never stopped looking at her really in any way, shape, or form. He does not trust you. Evany, you've seen that look before. He will drop you like a bad habit in a second. That motherfucker does not like you. Now, the rest of you, though, cool. Sparrow, as you look over, you can see when he opens it, there is, you notice a few things. One, he has a small mirror in his hand that he is watching all of you with, but not you because you have moved. But he is keeping Evany in his view, again, perpetually.
I use that to move into a better position.
Yes, this man is clever. So this is something you've learned about Snow, is that he thinks. So as he's looking at her and simultaneously rooting around, you can see that somebody's moving their legs out of the way. You look, and you see what appears to be a small child, like a very young child, like maybe 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old, and they're just kind of like a little dirty looking. And he goes, watch out. And he doesn't seem to be rough with them or mean with them. It's not like slave trading or anything. He seems to be trying to grab something. And he did say he was shipping people or trying to get people to a secure location. You see someone else kind of reach over and like pat the child to reassure them, feminine hand, And as you look further to see that one, it belongs to a bit of an older young woman. She's probably like, maybe like 18, 19, you know what I mean? 17, 18, 19, something around there. And as you look at her, she has what appears to be purple hair, kind of messy, like curly-ish, not messy, but just all over. And one of her eyes is normal, sort of icy blue, and the other one is black, all where the whites of her eyes are, and pure dark burning red in the center. Yeah. Now you don't know this, Ebony. You did not see this at all.
No, but that's
But
dear.
that is something that is not good. As she is, and she seems calm. She's reassuring the child, and you can see her go and one of you see other tiny hands reach for her, and it's another small child that she puts on her lap, and she's like poking the nose. It's like a couple of kids, this young girl, like 8, you know what I mean, 18, 17, 19, something like that, and then these little kids, 4 or 5 years old kids. And he shuts the door, walks over with a bag of coin. Right then, you see that he has blood on his shoes from stomping someone's head in tonight, and he drops the coin.
I move back out of position to where I can
Yeah,
see
yeah.
easily again.
Yes, yeah, you're good. You rolled a critical. You're fine. So you guys are good. Right then, I appreciate it, and now do know that the billhooks, what you did, was gonna go a long fucking way. You killed a lot of them in there because this night, it's not special. Not a whole lot of places for them to hide now. We'll see. Now then, I guess we go our separate ways and continue this, hopefully, productive relationship in the future.
Payment by the end of the week. Payment by the end of the week.
You get it. You'll get it. I'm a man of my word. And he looks to you, Ebony, when he says that. Now then, is that all?
Unless we just want to hang out on the streets for a little bit and see what happens.
For one of the first times you see Snow smile as he, had a rough night, did we?
One could say that.
The harrowing does that. And as he walks back, he hops back onto the carriage. Knows, right then, have a good night. And begins to make his way back into the fucking night onward. Now then, you guys, the school is not far. As you make your way towards it, you see that outside of the school, there does seem to be a large amount of bodies. And as you're like, oh shit, like they tried to get in, because it's a lot of life in there that people want to get to. It looks like a lot of crushed bodies. Looks like some heads were smashed, some like arms were broken, some of them looked like they were thrown against walls. You assume Frank, probably.
Hoping.
You also see that a few of them have been caught on traps and like beheaded. So there's a few that are like hanging. You assume, Victor, you did convince Jed to stay and fight instead of go and hide in his hidey hole that he knows about. So it looks like they had a bit of an eventful night. But do you enter and get the fuck off the street?
Yes.
Well, they'll have to let us in, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you knock on the door, and then you hear, "Who is it?"
Who do you think it is?
Can we please just
I don't know.
go to bed?
Well, I
Open
can't
the
see
goddamn
them.
door. Open the
Child.
goddamn door.
All
Child,
right.
I will feed you to Frank.
You hear.
Chloe said silt after him too.
I want. I don't know whether it's the sneakiest one or the one who... No, Huntress, the one who notices things. Scarlet,
Yes.
there is someone on the rooftop behind you at the building across.
Okay.
Do you turn and look?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn and
Just
look.
shoot? Okay.
No, I'm gonna sneak a peek before I shoot. At least.
Sitting on the roof is Bozo. He's not doing it, he's just watching you.
Oh, of course he is.
Mm,
Oh, the leader of the mimes?
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that whole thing that you did. I like that. That's good.
I'm just gonna kind of wave.
Groot's dead. Interesting. Fun. I knew following you would be a good thing.
We have a little more information for Coin.
What is it about?
Someone else is dead.
Ooh. You mean Rorik?
Oh.
I
No,
just
someone
said-
I'm
different.
following us.
I was sitting right here, you ding dong. Watch the whole thing.
It was worth a shot.
You were very clever. I like that. Well, it's good to see that you're all alive. And I do hope that you had a good time.
Oh, indeed.
Oh, it was a real party.
Oh, yes. It was for the ages, as they say.
Yes. I may have some information for you,
Really?
free of charge.
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
Well, one you can pay a lot for, and one is free of charge. But the free of charge one, let's do now.
Yes, what is it?
Indeed.
There are 2 dead people inside of your building.
All right.
I don't know their names. I just know that they're dead.
We'll find out soon enough.
All right. And axe in hand.
No. They're just dead.
Oh,
Yep.
The
Everything's
information
fine.
that.
Your people are safe.
All
How
people
much?
are safe.
Hmm?
All people are... So wasn't all people who died?
No, it was. It was 2.
Oh, damn it.
Now then, if you ever want the other piece of information,
What does
just
it
come to my
pertain to,
theater.
my friend? My friend, what? How do we know if we want to buy it unless we know what it is pertaining to?
That's what I was gonna ask.
That is a brilliant question. I love that question.
I've got 2 on me.
Well, you have 2 what?
Coin.
Well, I have a few bits of information. Grimalkin, I have one pertaining to a particular terrible man that you despise terribly. And I think it would help you greatly. I have a piece of information for you, Sparrow, about another particular person, man, woman, whatever they feel like being, as they flip-flop from time to time. You know how they are. Not quite corporeal like the rest of us, and I know a little bit about them. Not a lot, but a bit. Ebony.
Yes.
Oh, I know about the Count. Oh boy, do I.
Do you?
I do. I just said that. Were you listening to me? He looks to Victor. I don't know what the fuck's going on with you. I don't know anything about that. To be perfectly honest, I do not care. But it does seem exciting. And you. And his eyes brighten up when he looks at you, Scarlet. Oh, I know a lot about that. And let me tell you, it is interesting. Terribly interesting. Those are wicked and nasty people, up to wicked and nasty deeds. And if you want to know more about them, just let me know.
2 coin right now. It's really all I have on me. For my
And he hops off and just lands. He jumps maybe about 3 stories and like lands without any noise, like a bow. He goes
Victor does a golf clap.
at you and like ooh, and he goes over to you, Grimalkin, and he steps right up to you. He's kind of tall in person, you know, like not up on the stage. He's a pretty tall guy. He's lanky, like spindly, and he goes, "You want to know about Merryweather?"
Of course. I'm a little bummed out that you know about Merryweather, but I should expect it by now.
Oh, I know about Haven. I know about Merryweather. I know about your family. And he puts his hands on your shoulders. But I never tell. Unless I'm paid. And no one seems to care about you.
Isn't it wonderful?
It is. The only one who did has gotten his head cut off by Groon, who you cut his head off. Oh, it's like a poem. Now then, Merryweather. He has grown much more powerful since you last met him. He has a seat in the High Council that controls the city. He has a hand in many people's pockets, and a web of control that spans the entire city. This is not a small target you're after, Grimoken. He is influential and resourceful. But worst of all, is he has someone, not working for him, but that he works for, that is incredibly dangerous. So, if you are able to bring down Merryweather, do so cleverly, because there will be retribution. Now, as far as information as you can use, you already know, I assume, about the nobleman that lives in Six Towers.
Yes.
And I think you've found a couple of other names hither and thither. But I will give you... And he reaches into his pocket, already prepared, and pulls out a small envelope. And he hands it to you. It has a strange seal on it. And he goes, do not open it yet. Wait.
Not until Christmas.
Not until the end of the harrowing.
Of course.
And then read it aloud and in front of a fire. It's mystic shit. But
Okay. Yes, it's not really my bailiwick. I understand.
But you don't want to do it during this because it's like ringing a dinner bell and you'll all die.
Right. Done.
Anybody else?
2 coin. I want to know.
About the Count.
Indeed.
Nothing. Do you pay him the 2 coin, Grimalkin?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course.
Boop. You pay him right up front?
No, thanks for the thing. Fuck off.
And you're dead.
Yeah.
Here's, the Count. Now, you're not going to like what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. There's been movement. The Count seems to have been sending people to Duskwall. It's going to take a while for them to get here, but they will get here. They're going to have a week of troubled waters out in that sea, but he sent them anyway. To brave the oceans during the harrowing. He wants you back. Or he wants you dead. I'm not totally sure. Maybe the latter. It would be more fun. But who he sent, they are horrendous. They were kept in a prison inside of Tycheros. Do you know what it takes to get into a prison in Tycheros? Yes, a place where they hang out with the demons. Now imagine the motherfuckers who they lock up. That's who's coming for you. And his face gets grave, and he goes, if they enter this city, well, you'll know it, because there will be bodies following. I don't like that. I don't like chaos. I don't really like this. It's madness.
And you don't like madness?
No. I'm not mad at all. Those who come for you are known as the Schenkel Butchers. You know, like from actual history and stuff, and there's a song. And
it's a song by the Decemberists. Yes, it's quite
It
good.
is a song by the Decemberists. It's super great.
I think that was actually, There's some good covers of that song, too.
Yes, there are. Yes, I love them. Anywho, the Schenkel Butchers come for you, dear. The unholy trinity. They are horrific. Now then.
Wonderful.
When they do arrive, Do your best to survive. Ooh, it rhymed. And he taps Victor. Ooh, it rhymed. Yes, good. That's what I wanted. Anywho, that's what I have for you. 2 coin. Money, please.
Money, please.
Money, please.
Please insert coin for information.
I'll offer 3 if you also have information on a certain former associate of mine. I think you might know who I'm talking about.
Keep the coin, dear. Keep the 1 extra coin, because that man is coming for you. You have someone hunting you, someone who wants to capture you. And the other, the one that you want to know about, well, he just wants to talk. I'm sure he'll be in touch. I would feel bad taking your money, but if there's something specific you want to know about him, I'm free to tell you. You want to know where he is? Maybe get the jump on him?
Yes.
Now, only because I like you. I like all of you. I'll go dead and tell. He's living in an apartment in Char Harbor, and he gives you the address. When you arrive, I would be careful. You know how clever he can be, and how dangerous. I would maybe bring some of your friends.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, you pay him the coin?
For the other information, yeah.
Or do you want the other information about the lacrimose?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now then, you know about filth, yes?
Yes.
Good. Well, the lacrimose, they move around. They were under a church for a while, and still are, but not the church that Silt is aware of. That is simply a trap. The church that you want to search for is actually hidden in, oh shit, I think it's called White... Bing, 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 bing. Hold on, I have
Crown? White Crown?
My map. Yes, please.
They're in White Crown.
White Crown. A church in White Crown.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes, they have grown. The lacrimose are quite powerful. Spooky, spooky boys and girls. So, be careful. And he gives you the address of the church. That is where they live and reside.
All right. And I'll go ahead and pay the 2 coin for that.
Okay. He looks to you, Sparrow, and Victor, he goes, I don't know what to say with you. I think you already kind of know everything that's going on in your neck of the woods, guy. You got a whole revolution thing going on. I don't know. Help him out. Don't help him out. Whoever you want to win. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can tell you about Merciful Mishka if you want, I guess. But I mean, whatever.
I'm good.
Okay. He looks to you, Sparrow.
I have no need for revenge.
Wise. Monk-like. I love it.
But should revenge come to me,
Yes.
I won't stay my hand.
Actually, are you good?
Lost.
Wait,
you
I
said.
didn't hear the end of that. What did you say?
Oh, sorry. Are you good at finding people?
Yes. I mean, so is your hound, to be perfectly honest, but yes.
This is personal matter. And Victor actually pulls from his jacket a necklace. And he says, I need to find the person who owns this necklace.
Extends his hand to look at it.
And for Evan's sake, it's for Victor's sister.
Oh, I figured. What is it? What does it look like? Is it a locket with a picture
So it
on it?
actually, so basically, because of Victor's past, it actually looks like like kind of like pewter and sterling silver, and it has like it's foil like in the sense that like all the folded bits look like it's shiny and like almost like it glistens like a diamond, but because it's just the metal and the way it's polished, it just looks like that. It looks shiny, and it's in the shape of like kind of like an almost like an angel in a sense, and it's surrounded by a circle.
Do you hand it to him?
Yes.
He looks at the picture, he looks at you, he looks at the picture, and he looks at you. Relative?
Yes.
I'll do my best. Where did you last see her?
The year before the Unity War in Scotland.
Oh.
I will pay you 2 coin now, and I will pay you 4. You find her.
I love coin, but keep the 2 for now. And I'll look into it.
Thank
Pay
you.
me upon completion. How's that?
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
I'll have a new script for you. You need a new script.
He walks up to you. He walks right up to you, Sparrow. He's probably a good bit taller than you, and he goes, and he takes off one of his white gloves, and he slaps you in the face with it, and then puts it back on. Never in my days have been insulted in that way.
It's not an insult. You're the only people that could probably perform it.
Oh, then I take it back. Sure, go ahead and give me a script. I'd love to see it.
Goodbye.
Oh, okay, bye.
Sparrow walks away.
Walk away. He goes, well then, it has been a pleasure as always, and if you ever want to see me, you know where I am. Now then, have a lovely night, and stay safe on the harrowing. As he walks
You
away.
as well.
Thank you. As he walks away, you can see the bottom of his shoes. He is leaving bloody footprints. He did something that night.
Yeah, haven't we all?
His clothes are immaculate. The door has been opened like a crack, and you can see that it is Frank.
Frank.
Who is that?
Frank.
Who is that
Don't worry
stringy
about
little man? All right. He just opens the door for you.
He's scary, man. Don't talk to strangers.
Who died?
Who died?
How did you know that?
We have our ways.
You were standing here the whole time. How would you not? Never mind.
Well, I guess you should come see. Come on. And he begins to walk you. He brings you down to the basement. There's-
Excuse us, gentlemen, crows.
Yes. Oh, right. Friends.
You don't have to tell them. They're already like
Yes.
going off and just
There's
like,
a couple
"Oh,
of
shit."
places to sleep up on the second floor. Make yourself comfortable.
Do not go in the basements.
Don't go in the basement. We'll talk
Right.
business in the morning or once the harrowing's over. For now, just hunker down and make yourself comfortable. The kitchen is
Look.
well stocked.
Look, thank you.
Of
I-
course.
We were following Rorik's lead. We didn't know what the fuck was. We lost our heads back there.
Yeah,
We panicked.
Easy to do.
Thank you.
of course.
Thank you for helping us. Come on, boys. And they start making their way up. So, Frank leads you down to the basement, down the stairs. You do see a Silt pop his head out of one of the doorways. Out of one of the doors is like, "Oh, are you leading them down? Right. Ugh." And he just like doesn't want any part of it. As he leads you down the stairs, there is a door that he seems to have placed some big, heavy fucking piece of metal in front of. And he goes, well, All right, but I'm gonna stand here, okay? Just in case anything bad happens. And he grabs the big piece of metal.
I will go in.
X ready.
I stand behind Frank.
You stand behind Frank, and I don't even know that shit. So Frank's gonna stand by the side of the door. So you could still stand behind him, like I could peek. So everybody goes in. First is Ebony, followed by Victor. Ebony, the first thing you notice is the blood. There's a lot of it. The bodies. There is a person laying on the ground. Their stomach is torn open, and their throat is torn open. Looks like one of the students. Another is one of the people who was just like one of the students' families that was there. Not one of the blind, but just like one of their parents or something. Also throat torn out. Victor, the first thing you notice is that huddled in a corner, weeping, is Jed. Shivering and crying.
Cautiously walk over and kind of kneel down.
He recoils. Don't look at me. Please don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Please.
What happened?
He lifts his head, and you can see there's blood all over his mouth and all over his hands. And he goes, "It's harrowing. I have to go to where I hide. Otherwise I do bad things to people." And you can see his fangs are protruding. He goes, "I didn't want to do it, but I get so hungry."
Oh, I
Please
see
don't-
why you. I see now.
Please don't kill me, Victor. Please don't kill me. I found this body, and I've worked so hard. I don't want to go back to that. It's only 1 week a year. It's only 1 week a year, and then I go back to normal. Please, please don't do this. And he's just staring at the axe, just quaking. And you can see Sparrow. You see Frank is just like looking down, like very sad, not happy at all about this.
I think tonight there's been enough blood spilled, literally. But you might need to be in here for a while.
Okay. Yeah. I can do that. Frank put a big metal thing in front of the door, and that keeps me in here.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll make it better.
Yeah. I made a couple of tripwires and slings outside. I did what I was supposed to.
And Victor kind of looks over the two bodies. So, are they gone or are they not gone?
Yeah, they're gone. I drank them. I drink the blood and then I drink the rest. I'm a bad one. I'm one of the bad ones.
Victor looks over at Ebony. I think it's just best we close the door for a week, and we'll deal with it later.
For now, yes.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, everyone.
No, this was me. This was my fault. I didn't understand.
Is he actually sorry?
But
Actually, I have this wonderful ability called, like, looking into a mirror, where I can always tell when someone's lying to me. Ah!
in this instance, no. This person is not lying to you. This child is truly and honestly guilt-ridden at this event and seems truly and honestly terrified and very sorry for what he has done.
Okay.
Not normal behavior for a vampire. But they're not all terrible.
Scarlett's just kind of standing out the door doing all this, and when he's like, I'm a bad kid, sort of a thing, she's just going to kind of half poke her head in. Good and bad's relative. Stick back out.
I ate 2 people.
That's not
Still
I killed
relative.
them, man.
Really? I'd like to see what she thinks bad is.
Oh, let's face it, I've done worse.
Darling, I've killed a man with lightning.
Yeah, and I was responsible for the death of over 2,000 men.
What?
What?
Oh, yeah.
There's a story there.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Actually, I think tonight, with that bomb, probably another 10, 12 more added to that number. I don't know how many anymore.
I mean, does it really matter keeping count?
Oh, it's only 2,415.
Okay. Jesus Christ. We'll touch on that next time.
I think you've got me beat.
Yeah.
War is a terrible thing.
Jed's just
Alright.
looking at you, Victor, like a lot of emotions.
Frank,
Yep. And he grabs the medal. Come on, everyone. Can't be in there for too long.
Right, alright.
Jed
Yeah.
lunges on you, Victor, and hugs you.
And Victor's not gonna resist or anything.
He just hugs you.
Gonna put one arm, keeps the axe still, holds one arm, and kind of like, embraces him gently. We'll see you in 7 days.
Lets go and then goes back to his corner, staring at the wall. Like, can't look at you.
All right, let's leave. I will make better barricade now, and I'll come up later.
Okay. Frank slides the medal in front of the door. Well, did you do it?
you did,
No.
Frank.
I'm going to need some things. I'm going to can you stay here while I get supplies?
Sure.
All right,
Okay.
thank you, Frank. I'm going to bed. We
Good
can yell
night.
at each other later.
Me too.
Well, yes, Scarlett, we're running a little low on time. But
I'm getting a drink before I go to sleep. That's
okay.
it.
Yeah.
That's
Actually,
done.
I'm sorry, just real quick throw. You go to get a drink and you find what appears to be Scruffy sitting at a table also drinking. He goes,
Scruffy! Scruffy!
And Silt is in there and he goes, this fucker was throwing Molotovs. And he goes back to eating his oatmeal and goes, Molotovs! Oh, I hit him right in the fucking face, I did.
You're not drinking the Molotov, right?
And he starts drinking it because he thinks you're going to take it away from him. And we'll cut. Is there anything, Grimalkin, being that this was a big thing for you, you're good?
Oh, I'm fine. Well, how is this a big thing for me?
Yeah, because you orchestrated, this was like a payday mission.
Sure. No, I'm
and you were
good.
in this one.
Work
Yeah.
on the payout next time.
And then all of you are good. You all had your moments. So
Yeah.
then you all take off your armor, soothe your bruised, battered bodies, and go to bed.
Ugh.
And
Oh no, Victor is actually going to be hammering through the night to get that door.
as is usual, your broken, battered body continues on. So, and we will call it there. Sorry, this ran a little bit later, guys. I apologize.
That's all right.
I didn't expect all of you to take the mime and to take Bozo up on his proposition. I thought some of you were like, "Yeah, fuck you, get out of here." So,
Nah.
Fuck you, mime.
so well done, everybody. Let's go around the room. Tell us who you are. Tell us where we can find you, and tell us who you think deserves an extra XP tonight. Starting with Death by Mage, because you're drinking, and I had to interrupt you.
It's okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Jackie Bear, known as Death by Mage. You can find me all over the internets at Twitter and Instagram at Death by Mage. I create a lot of D&D and tabletop stuff. You can find me on the DMs Guild for all the other fun stuff like Journey into the Feywild, Artifacts of the Guild, the Jubilean Slime Race, and also recently released the Uncaged Anthology Volume 3. You can find my adventure, Scales of Truth. We already hit over 100 copies sold, so we're moving on.
Yay!
Woot!
Awesome.
And I will have more DMs Guild releases coming soon when I can talk about them. And it's a lot. Also, and then for tonight's extra XP, I really want to give it to Grimulkin for that kill shot with Groon. The greatest callback for us ever.
Sweet.
I liked it. Yep, that was a good one. Very good. Bisonic.
Hello, my name is Bisonic Kevin. You can find me on the Twitters there, and on the Discord here. And on Tuesdays actually, at 8 p.m. on this channel, I run a game called Rifts, Blood, Dirt, and Chrome, which is awesome, and we're all having a blast, so come join us. And I'll see you next week.
All right.
And as far as XP, part of me wants to make it like so that no one gets too far ahead in the count too fast, but Grimalkin, seeing the opportunity to recruit in every situation.
Mhm.
That was good.
I like
That was good.
Yeah.
Even despite the
I
hectic
think I like that.
madness. Yeah. That was good.
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna go.
Here's my card. Bye.
As someone's being stabbed, it's like, ah! It's like, here's my card.
And speaking of which, Throck.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Sean, also known as Thrak. Tonight was awesome. I can be found. You can find me at Thrak Plays in the tweeters. I can be found next Friday running D&D. We have a new player joining us. It's super exciting this Friday.
Ooh.
And it's going to be super cool, super fun. Piratey game, 9 p.m. Eastern. Check it out. And then the next game you can see me in after that is Mouse Guard. The next day at 3:45, where we all play Little Mises in a world of political violence, which is kind of weird, but cool at the same time. I am kind of torn on who to give it to this week. And the reason I'm torn is everybody had a moment where I'm like, that was awesome. Oh shit, that was
Everyone
cool.
really did.
And a lot of shit that we worked on last week paid off, which I also think is good, and that was a lot of shit that everybody worked on last week. But I think I want to give it to Scarlet, because I think constantly cool under pressure throughout the whole thing, and just being like, I shoot it, I go this way, I go, yeah, no, it's just there was not a single scene where you were, I think, like, I don't know how to say it other than like there was this like icy performance the whole way through, and I thought that was as good as any like pop moment. Yeah.
It was hard to shake you. I
Yeah.
couldn't throw anything at you that you were just like,
She is an icy lady.
Yeah.
Headless Horseman? I shoot at him. Fuck him.
Yeah. Okay.
Mothman? Weird.
Weird.
Check him out.
Yes.
That was good. And speaking of which, Kay.
Hey, Kate, also known as Undead Kay on the interwebs. You can find me here on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. For the next, I think we've got 2 sessions left for Deviant Diners, a Call of Cthulhu gig. It's getting weird up in there. Also, trying to get better at posting on the Discord and that sort of thing. And the tweeters is below. As far as extra experience goes, I've got to give it to Grimalkin on this one, just between the, hey, we're going to keep it all cool, or, well, not even cool. Well, again, not cool, but like, I'm freaking out. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. But by the way, I'm just going to be icy cold and just blast you right in the face.
Yeah,
Nice juxtaposition of emotions there.
Very cool. And Crystal.
Hello, people. My name is Crystal Fear. You can find me at Crystal_Fear on Twitter and at Crystal Fear on Instagram. I also have to give it to Grimalkin. The constant panic and then just being super awesome with Groon. That, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. then I think, hello, I am Evan. I am your storyteller. I will be playing this every Wednesday, and then I play in Rifts every Tuesday. And I must say that this seemed like unanimous decision to give the extra XP to Grimelgan, which I agree 100%. And not only for the coup de grace of putting the bullet through Groon's horrible fucking face, but also the fact that you were like, I want my boys. Like you refuse to let me eat any more of those crows. Like, as much as I just wanted to grind those red shirts up, you were like, no, give them to me. And I liked it. You spent stress and flashbacks in order to keep them alive. Fucking earned them.
Oh yeah, I walked out of there with 6 stress, man. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm at 8.
Good thing Victor
True.
made armor for all of you, because that's not something. Yeah. So anyway, well done, everybody. I think you guys did a great job.
Oh,
and
everyone was great.
Yeah,
this is fun.
Really good.
Oh
one.
yeah.
Yes,
I hope you guys liked the harrowing.
we did.
Yes.
Then that's it. Check out the Discord. Check out the Patreon. Check out our sponsors. Ruink.com, tabletoploot.com, sonerdware.com, Roll20, which is great, and
Yeah.
and Throck. Who are we rating tonight?
We'll be rating our dear friends at Soulbear RBG, who are doing their weekly Exandria game. They're in the world of Critical Role, so you should go check them out with us as we go. All right, everyone, say bye, we love you, because bye, we love you.
Bye. 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 Bye.